at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. Hey, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong. You got me like, oh yeah, I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling it wrong.
Oh, look at me. I'm retarded. I'm a globe.
No one told you life was gonna be this way. Your job's a joke, you broke. Your love life's the old way. It's like you're always stuck in second gear. When it hasn't been your day, week, your month, even your year. But I'll be there for you when the rain starts to pour. I'll be there for you like I've been there before. I'll be there for you, 'cause I'm there for you.
The whole system is designed to disconnect you from your intuition. Why? Disconnected people are easy to manipulate. Everything from sunscreen to politics to the food industry. It's all designed to disconnect and manipulate you. We are in the middle of a war right now, but it's not a traditional war. It's a war on consciousness. It's a war on freedom. This is the time to listen, not to the news. No, your intuition, your gut, your heart. Love is the greatest weapon against darkness. How do you love more? You begin by loving yourself. How do you love yourself? You listen to the messages your body is telling you.
Nobody is coming to save you. Get up. Be your own hero. There's an African legend that says, in a race between a lion and a deer, many times the deer wins. Because the lion runs for food, but the deer runs for life. The moral of the story is this: purpose is more powerful than need. When your why is as strong as your need to breathe, nothing can outrun your will.
Slaves used to work all day, every day, with no pay. But they got free food, water, and shelter. Today, we work all day, nearly every day, and we get paid. But the money we make, we spend on food, water, and shelter. We're still slaves. The only thing that has changed is the illusion of freedom.
I'm just knowing we found something so out of the ordinary. You got me kissing the ground when you say you left.
I'm scared, Dad.
Do you trust me, son?
Yes.
Come on, son. Rule number 1, never trust anybody.
Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square. Stop! Don't touch me there. This is my no-no square.
I am struggling extremely with mental health issues, and I am trying to do that whilst being FTFE. And unfortunately, talking to flat earthers is quite painful.
All right. Thank you, Craig.
Riverside, wait for me, wait for me. I'll be coming home, wait for me.
Law. Nowhere in nature or in a controlled environment can we ever produce a volume outside of containment.
What's that?
Gas been seen or
what's that, brother?
Esta es una historia triste la que le voy a contar. Una historia triste la que le voy a contar. No tiene doble sentido, no vayan a mal pensar. No tiene...
I'm done, you're hooking up my buttons, baby, but you keep running.
Chicken banana, chicken banana, chicken banana, banana, banana.
I remember when I lost my mind. Yeah.
never ceases to amaze me. I love that clip. I don't know why. It's funny as hell. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind, coming to you from the heart of dystopia. We've got our glasses on and we can see what's going on. I've got a couple of people backstage I'm going to bring up. Well, of course, always Chicago Cubby Bear. Chad, how are you tonight?
Not too bad. How about yourself?
Looking good there, man. It's a really good picture you've got. Is that the new device?
Yeah, I got the laptop running here.
Good.
Still haven't quite figured everything out yet. I got some tweaks and minor adjustments, waiting on a few things, but yeah.
Sure, man. We got shifted reality back here too. What's happening, buddy? You're muted. In case you didn't know. If he's even there. Well, we'll wait on him coming up. We'll see what happens. We got Tiffany Vinci out here tonight too. David Koresh, Gordzilla. We got Rye Russ, Peter W, Gordzilla. Look at these guys. They're just everywhere. Only Up Dudes is here. We got him too. Fuzzy Booger. That's always a good one. Is that anything like linty navel wax? What is that shit builds up in your belly button anyways? And why does it stink? What the fuck is that?
That's lint.
Yeah, it's crazy. Save that up with your earwax and a couple fuzzy boogers. You could have crafts to sell at the craft fair.
There you go.
All organic.
You can use it for Tinder.
Yeah, right. For survival techniques. Oh, look, it's flammable. Oh, that's worrisome. Flammable boogers. Oh no. We got Eldon Bean here tonight with us. He's probably just recovering from the fart girl. He likes that one. Let's see. We got Lord Racer here with us tonight. Let me see. New Jersey Jeep Girl. Good to see you. TJ New Moon. We got a whole bunch of people. TJ Hoff, Mr. Tahiti is here. Oh, I'm going backwards up the thing here. Spyro Graffiti, Mojo Shop. All right, brother. What's happening? And let's see, Awakened Nemesis. Boy, we got a whole bunch of people. I'll be here all night going through this. We got 95 people in here. Over on the other side, I don't see anybody in the chat right yet on the the Rumble side. If you're not subscribed to Rumble, because we got to do a movie night probably this weekend.
Idiocracy.
Idiocracy, absolutely, 100%. And YouTube will spooch us. There's stinky cash rolled up in here. But you know, they'll pooch us anyway, so we'll just preamble on here and then go over there and watch the movie and comment as we wish. It'll be fun. We'll have a good time. So, man, getting serious with this fucking Venezuela thing, man.
Seems like I haven't paid a whole lot of attention to it, but we kind of touched on it last night.
Well, from what I understand, Trump has ordered the United States Navy to surround Venezuela. They're using U.S. military craft to enforce an imposed no-fly zone.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly, the president and the people of Venezuela are saying, "Bring it, motherfucker."
Well,
they're saying, "Look, we'll fight to the last man. We're not putting up with your shit." And this one, I'll show you a video of this lady. She even said, she goes, "You're not as mighty as you once were." You know, and I'd say that all the time. We believe our own fucking bullshit. And this happened during the Iraq war. Look how long, little country like Iraq. Shit. We'll take them over in a week.
Yeah.
Oh, how'd that go, right?
Well, that's how a bully works, right? Until someone calls their bluff. They bully everybody, and then finally somebody calls their bluff, and then we'll find out what happens, but maybe they're not as mighty as we think.
No, we're not. I realized that even when I was back in the 80s, is yeah, we got a lot of cool toys, but I'm seeing the decline of intelligence amongst the people that are operating the shit.
Yeah.
It seemed like no matter how big or small a field exercise was, it was always a clusterfuck.
It is.
They've got this idea that they're going to have an organized plan, but you can't let dipshits do a plan. And that's what they've got. A lot of real dipshits, a lot of people that have been promoted to get them the fuck out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
And then now they're in a position where when it becomes important, they're retarded. Like this Hegseth guy. I don't even know who the hell he thinks he is, man. Secretary of War. What the fuck, man?
Too many chiefs, not enough Indians, but they ain't even chiefs either. So,
he's already throwing some admiral under the bus for those.
Yeah, I did see that.
Strikes on shit, but people ain't buying into it. A lot of people are saying, "No, baby, that goes all the way to you, bud. That goes all the way to you because you're the one that gave that order, and you were open about that shit too."
But you can't help to think, at least I can't help to think, that this is all a distraction from, everything.
Everything.
Seems like, you start catching on to one thing, then here comes another distraction to take you away from that last thing. And that's the plan over and over and over again. That's how they operate all the time.
I think it's a distraction because, look, it's in a completely different region of the world, than the Middle East. And we've been saying, "Oh, we're not going to go do this and feed the war machine for Israel again." But this will still be for Israel. You understand? This will still be to Israel's benefit.
How can it not be?
And like you were just saying, a distraction away from this noticing.
Yeah.
Get everybody distracted and hating on Venezuelans and shit. See?
Yeah.
And I don't think it's working. I really don't. I don't. Anyway, I ran across this a little while ago. This was pretty good.
Just to be clarified too, not just Israel. It's a noticing of everything.
Yes.
Everything about the totality of everything. I mean, Israel's a big part of it, the biggest part of it, but there's a lot. Flat Earth, heck, all of it. Sovereign citizens, stuff like that. I mean, there's, you name it. People are starting to wake up to a lot of things, or just waking up to the government in general, I guess you should say.
I see it as trying to put the genie back in the bottle.
Yeah.
And that seldom works well. Once you've let the genie out, it's not going back in the bottle, babe. It's not how it works. It's going to do its thing. But yeah, I think it's a distraction. This is I ran across this a little while ago. It's kind of related to that.
So Venezuela, where our Department of War and Pete the Drunkard Hegseth is committing international war crimes, you have Nicolas Maduro, who again has been deemed by the Trump administration to be a terrorist, giving the United States government, in effect, permission, the gang, the biggest gang on the planet, to go and kill him, to go and execute him. And they want to install a government that's subservient to the central bankers and to the International Monetary Fund and to private actors. So why do I care? As an American, how does that affect me? What does that process look like? Regime change in Venezuela. Well, before we get to Maduro, you could consider some names and some circumstances of the past. Maybe Saddam Hussein, Bashar al-Assad. Muammar Gaddafi. You could consider the way the media demonizes and clamors for regime change or execution, political assassinations, Mahmoud Ahmadinejad in Iran, or of course Russia's Vladimir Putin. But anyway, in 2023, Maduro labeled Zionism as more dangerous than Nazism. He said, quote, now the supremacists of today's Zionism want to wipe out the Palestinian people. They want to finish with all the Arab people, with all the Muslim people. They've sown an ideology more dangerous than Nazism. You can't do that. You can't say these things. In 2024, he said, quote, as President Lula da Silva said, the Israeli government is doing the same thing to the Palestinians that Hitler did to the Jews, eliminating them. He said that the Gaza crimes, quote, have surpassed the Holocaust. Yeah, the Holocaust inversion thing, you can't do that. In June of 2025, Maduro went on a tirade at a government workshop calling Benjamin Netanyahu, quote, the Hitler of the 21st century. He called him a fake Jew and a crook from Poland. He said that Israel was created, quote, to conquer the Middle East and colonize those peoples. You can't say that. During the post-election protests, he blamed all of the unrest on, quote unquote, international Zionism. He said that the Jews controlled satellites and the media, and that they pumped opposition financing to, quote, sow discord. These are things you just can't say. So who's calling Maduro a terrorist? It's the media, whose narrative is compiled by these people. It's owned by these people. It's funded and controlled by these people. The Trump administration is calling him a terrorist, who is owned and operated and controlled and funded by these people. They would love for regime change in Venezuela, just like they would love for regime change in Russia, so they could break that country up into a bunch of little tiny arbitrary nation states like Ukraine. Pump in all kinds of private equity firms, erect central banks, and install Jewish oligarchs as the president. And they do this in all of these places, wherever and whenever they so choose, with force at the end of a U.S. taxpayer-funded gun barrel. So, yeah, if you were wondering what's going on with Venezuela, that's what's going on with Venezuela.
And he ain't wrong. Look at, what's that woman's name, the president of Mexico, Sheinbaum?
Yeah. That Mexican lady.
I mean, I would have, at least try to Spanish it up a little bit,
Right.
cover it up. But they change your name all the time, so to try to hide.
Mm-hmm.
So why not El Sheinbaum or something like that?
Kind of falls in line with the rest of the leaders around the world, right?
Yeah.
They even
Well, and all of her political opponents that were running against her were killed.
Yeah, I know.
It's like, what the fuck, man? It's so obvious.
Same, falls right in line with the rest of them, rigged elections, selected leaders and leaders from different countries they don't even belong to. And well, that's regime change. That's, I don't know.
Yes. How is that our business?
Yeah,
how is that
question.
going in there and inciting revolutions in other people's countries? What would we do if somebody doing that here? See, this is the whole thing. It's so hypocritical.
Yeah.
They're so hypocritical. What was that? What if that was going on here? And it is. But I mean, who's behind that? Oh, they find out the CIA or the US and the Mossad or whatever. CIA and the Mossad might as well be the same fucking thing.
Mm-hmm.
That they foment these revolutions. They put these people, look, it's the same thing they did in Russia. Trotsky and the rest of those motherfuckers all came from Brooklyn. They came from New York, and they were funded from New York, from the Jews in New York, to foment and start the Russian Revolution, the Bolsheviks. It's always been them, and they're doing it now. This is what they're doing down there in they're trying to make it look like, oh, we're freeing Venezuelans.
Yeah.
What the hell? What do you mean freeing them, liberating them? I've seen how you free people. It comes in the form of B-52s with a bunch of shit falling out of it, man.
Yeah. And you don't do
tons of freedom for you.
Mm-hmm. And you don't do a very good job of it either.
No, just wasting. You look at all the ammunition and shit that was expended in Vietnam, and the cost of it, turn your stomach.
Well, that's what we do.
They had dropped more munitions. They had used more munitions in Vietnam than we did in any previous conflict added together. That's
Yeah.
how, and that was just the military industrial complex was eating that shit up.
It's only ramped up since.
Yeah, man. Boeing, all these companies were making all kinds of fucking money off that shit.
Yep.
You know,
All them Raytheon and Lockheed
Yeah.
Martin, all them stock portfolio.
Yep. See, we didn't have a
for-
weapons industry. We didn't really have a weapons industry until World War II. You know, as far as like how we do now, we've got companies that exclusively make weapons.
Mhm.
Okay. And prior to World War II, we didn't have that.
Yeah. You know,
Even
when I
during
got
World
out,
War
I actually, Raytheon was recruiting me, but it was to go over to the Middle East and
Ah.
to do like vehicle inspections and stuff like that. I could have made really good money, but I was just done with the military at that point. I was like, you know, is it really getting away from the military? No. In the long run, is it a lot easier job? Are you directly tied into it? Not necessarily, but also I don't want to be part of that system anymore, knowing what it was by then.
Right. Yeah, that's well, so let's see, Raytheon, they all stem out of these other companies.
Yeah.
You know, when World War II broke out, Roosevelt weaponized all of the factories.
Mhm.
And that had, you know, all the automobile manufacturers started tooling over to manufacture tanks, ships, planes, whatever the case may be. And even the small machine companies like Remington and shit like that, typewriters, they had already the tooling. They were making all kinds of guns, ammunition, small gun parts, artillery, you name it, man. And so this is like you can't. There was no new models of cars. There was no manufacturing of any automobiles between 1942 and 1945. 1946 was the first year of a new model of an automobile anywhere in the U.S. Because like even the Fisher body plant where they manufactured the bodies for all GM cars,
Mhm.
that was tooled over to make the Lockheed Lightning, the P-38. And there was, you know, like the truck and bus plant was making tanks, you know, and so all this shit was coming out of those things now. And the
Yeah.
thing was, those companies were making good money because they paid a percentage over cost. That's how it got paid by the government, a percentage over cost.
Mhm.
Nobody asking, where the fuck is the government getting the money for this at, man? Well, they're borrowing it from you or borrowing it on your behalf.
Well, another thing that's kind of funny too, you know, everybody is, well, for a while there, it was all about fact checks. And when the whole Russia-Ukraine thing kicked off, you remember, not what, maybe a couple months into the thing, oh, they're running out of missiles, they're running out of stingers, they're running out of ammunition. Now, where is that? What, we've upped that production since then? I don't think so. It doesn't work like that. You can't just make that overnight, you
Right,
know,
right.
that kind of thing. And it's like nobody's questioning that now. It's like, where did all that, not to mention, a lot of that was being sent over there and then shipped back over to like Mexico and stuff like that, or wherever, probably back to the US for who knows.
Did our whole thing lock up?
What's that? Did you? Yeah, I think you just froze up. So for the time being, I guess let's talk to the people in the chat. Because I didn't really get to say hello or anything. Shifted Reality said it'll be back in a little while. Dr. Bass, hey, how's it going, brother? David Koresh, here I am. Make stupid people famous, as I usually call them, because I always like that name. The Last Trump, Fuzzy Booger, Fuzzy Booger. That one makes me laugh every time. Brad and Tasha changed their handle to Truth is the Way 80. Rye Russ, good to see you, my man. Who else we got tonight? I'm gonna have to scroll up to see the rest. Mad Mac, haven't seen that guy in a while. DJ New Moon, Valley Parks, good to see you. Gordzilla, Slick Rick 357. Is that somebody else's handle? Because I don't recall that one before. Dirty Ketchup. That's a familiar name. Hey, how's it going? He's back.
My shit went wonky for a minute, man.
Yeah, I seen
I don't know
that.
what
You said
happened.
it, and then all of a sudden you're froze.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back. I think you're back. Maybe not. False alarm. Memorial Gardens. Hey, man. Good to see you. Always in the chats and comments. HE Media. Hello. I saw you said hello to me earlier, and then I wasn't able to get around to everybody. I just kind of sent out a blanket hello because there were so many people here by then that it was hard to catch up on all the hellos. But I do see everybody. It's just I can't get around to everybody once there's hundreds of you here, which is kind of cool that there's that many people here. But yeah, what's everybody else's take on this whole situation? Anybody got anything to input or say on that? I think Sav, you need to put the link in the chat too. By the way, it's not pinned at the top if you get around to doing that. Peter FE, one of the better mods on here. Eric H68. Haven't seen that name before. Now you're back. Are you back for good this time?
I fucking hope so.
You're no volume there.
What?
You're muted, unless that's me.
I must
be my end. Hang on.
Hang on.
Now I gotta come back probably.
Hold on. You know,
let me drop out and come back.
All right, hang on. I'm gonna make sure. Yeah, it shows my getting modulation. So, shifted reality. Are you still around, bro? Okay, they can hear me. All right, cool. Man, I hate that. Crazy shit. Anyway. The US, did you know that they have military bases all over the globe? Look at this. This is fucking nuts.
These are all the military bases the United States has around the world. You know, no other country has this. Just the United States has this. Nobody else does this. China, Russia, they don't have bases all over the world. Who does? We do, because that's how capitalism ends up. You have to use a gun to keep it going, and you have to become fascist. And this is why our country is going down the shitter, and we're ending like all great empires end. We're overextending militarily while we won't take care of our own people at home. That's where your money's going, because your government is 100% corrupt, not regular corrupt. It's 100% corrupt. This is called corruption. Do you see this? Do you know what this is called? This is called $1 trillion a year in corruption. And that's all this is. These people are there, these military bases are there to make sure American corporations can extract natural resources from these places. Look at all the...
You get to just look at... And those countries must want war with us, because look how they put their countries right so close to all our bases.
Right? I know, right?
Fucking bullshit.
Isn't that a coincidence? Even though I don't believe in any of those.
No. Let me check and see if there's anything happening real quick, because it's it can kick off anytime now.
Oh, with Venezuela.
This Venezuela thing, and this is going to be not pretty at all. This is not going to
do what it's going to do.
This is our peace president. That's the peace president.
I know, right?
Brags about stopping wars and shit, and then lies about narco terrorism so he can go steal somebody's fucking oil. Asshole.
Well, I haven't really heard him mention that ever since he, quote unquote, won the election about being the peace president. Ever since then, he kind of dropped that moniker. Well, he probably knew what was to come.
He said he stopped 7 wars or some shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, you didn't. Shut up.
Yeah, and he stopped. I mean, that's the thing. You know, like I said, the distraction away from like you were talking about, the Middle East. I mean, that stuff's still going on over there in Gaza. They don't want you to know that, because quote unquote they have a peace plan over there in place, but there ain't no peace in place. They're just, you know, bulldozing that place to put in Trump Plaza.
And it's, you know,
and same with Ukraine. Wasn't it just a day or two ago they supposedly had a plan in place for that too? This is all, see, it's all BS. You know, and that's another distraction to get away from that.
It's all set up so that by the time it gets started, this motherfucker be out of office, and him and his cronies all making goddamn money off the construction of this shit, putting it all up, and also going there. See,
Yeah,
he's got the option to go there. He's got the option to go there and be a citizen if he isn't already, because he's a Jew now.
Yeah, BlackRock. Yeah, I'm sure they are all invested in BlackRock. There's a guy I haven't heard
and
much
Trump
out
can
of
go
lately.
live there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Trump can go live there when everybody's after him with pitchforks and goddamn torches here.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You heard it here first, man. Listen,
Seems like that's what they're
people
doing.
I don't know why people ain't just out fucking going nuts right now with this guy.
Seems like that's what they're doing, creating their little oasis over in these places like Dubai and soon to be Gaza, and then I'm sure Ukraine will be one. And yeah, because they know they've committed so many crimes over here that eventually people, they've already had enough, but eventually it's going to get so bad they're going to need a place to escape to.
I mean, these guys, Trump been going out to ball games and shit, and people booing him.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, he's not getting the favorable. He thinks he's, it's just like the emperor's new clothes.
Yeah.
You know, the people around him are telling him that he's fucking great, but the people in public, he's walking out there and he doesn't have a nice suit on. He's naked. It's like, dude, you're a joke.
Yeah.
People can see you, man. What the fuck don't you understand that people can goddamn see you? What's up, Andrew?
Hey, good evening, gentlemen.
Hey, man.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people that have been in the military, including myself, and one of the things that was just being brought up was about how every single country we've ever gone to, we have a foothold in that country, whether it be a helicopter landing pad area or an actual runway or barracks. And I was associated. I was a CB, ground forces in the Navy, and what we did is we built the bases. Then after that, we basically just fucking left. And then that's now where the Iraqi military is. We just took over all the bases we built. We're like, yeah, fuck it. We don't give a shit. But when it comes to this Venezuela kind of situation, if the United States were to actually declare war, which hasn't been, like, I forget what year it was and what conflict it was. I think it was, I forget what it is, but yeah, we declared war on different situations, like the war on terrorism and
they're war on ideals and things that don't really, they have a changing definition. It's not a declaration against any kind of, like, I mean, how do you just say, oh, I think that guy's a narco terrorist, so I'm going to kill him? What the fuck? Where's due process? Where's the shit? Where do you make your appeal to Congress to justify your military actions by saying, look, here's what we know, da 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 da, and it gets looked into? Because these are the acts of a dictator, man.
Yeah, the thing I'm gonna have to bring up here is that there was that, who was it that just said that, yeah, America's not as strong as it used to be, and I would say, yeah, or the military. I would say, yeah, that's probably true, because we got a whole bunch of these, like, oh, we're putting trans people in the fucking military now.
Yeah.
Like, and they're injecting them with all these experimental bullshit things. That's just, but if the United States were to actually declare war on that country, it wouldn't take very long.
Well,
it would just be an elimination of, like, fucking everything.
Listen, that's what they said about Vietnam. How long was we over there and we still lost? Right? There's nothing as tenacious as a people that are fighting for their homes and their land. That's just the reality of it. That's why those little bastards in black pajamas whooped our fucking ass. We dropped a lot of ordnance. We dropped more ordnance and shot more bullets during Vietnam than were expended during all previous conflicts prior to that combined. And we still fucking lost. And what
we
was
shouldn't have been in that war.
The monetary cost of it was immense, and the human cost of it, not just in deaths, but in the injuries and the mental injuries that came about from that war. The people that had to
Yeah, I
be in
think
it
a lot of
because they weren't in it for any good cause, really. It was what we suspect communism. We got to stop communism in some country that's across the world from us. The fuck, man? Shouldn't that be? And like Johnson said right before he did a flip flop, like Trump does all the time. He said, and I quote, "I will not send American boys 5,000 or 6,000 miles across the globe to fight a war that Asian boys should be fighting themselves."
Is that what he said? Oh shit.
Yeah, man. That's exactly what he fucking said.
Wow.
And then, like, less than a month later, he increased troop strength.
The only thing I know about Johnson, because I wasn't alive back then, when I was in my 11th grade going through U.S. history, my teacher, the best fucking teacher I've ever had in my life, Dr. Jones. No, not Indiana Jones, but anyways, he said,
Dr. Jones,
well,
Dr. Jones.
yeah. So, yeah, he gave us all an individual book to read, and there was like 30 people in the class or whatever. So everyone had their own individual report they had to do, and mine was it's called The Invisible America or something like that, and it's about the war on poverty. There you go again, right? The war on poverty. And that was from
War on
Johnson.
drugs, which
Yeah,
is a war
that was
on
Reagan.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, the war on drugs, war on poverty, war on obesity. They use that in this new term they're using, Andrew. I don't like it. War fighters. I don't like it.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that's a good thing either. I don't. Why did they even change it from the Department of Defense to the Department of War?
Because they want us to be seen as a hostile, aggressive, better do what we say country. That's pretty much it. Now what the fuck? Now X is doing something. The hell?
And that was what, like a year and a half ago or something, or was that Trump?
I think that's all part of their whole war with words, which is funny way to put it. How they're strength through or what is it? Peace through strength or whatever, that little thing that they ran on for a while.
Peace through superior firepower.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it was all part of that whole ordeal where they're just trying to show superiority, like you said, but just through words, not through anything else, not through actual actions. But now, I mean, they're always picking on the little guy. They're never going after anybody of substantial consequence.
Yeah, I think there's an old saying. I might butcher this a little bit. I'll get it wrong. But he who holds the biggest stick gets to make the peace.
Yep.
Something like that.
Yep.
Yeah. Whoever has the biggest fucking military is like, well, you fuck with us, and then we will eliminate you.
Yep.
I don't know if that's. I forget who actually said that quote. I know I got it wrong to a certain extent, but
speak softly and carry a big stick.
Yeah.
Oh, that was Obama.
That was Truman.
Yeah.
Oh,
that was
no shit.
That was Harry S. Truman.
Yeah.
Another corrupt ass fucking criminal. They all are. Every one of them. You can look. There's a thing I forget what the channel is, but they have a whole series of videos. The corrupt series is what it's called, and it goes through every fucking president. It goes all the way back.
Was that Truman or Roosevelt?
Speak softly and carry a soft stick. That's Truman.
Okay.
And no,
I thought it was Roosevelt for some
Roosevelt
reason.
was. We have nothing to fear but fear itself.
Okay. Harry S. Truman.
You know what the S stood for?
No.
Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
All...
He just added a middle initial because it looked better. They're actors, man. They have been for all this whole time, bro. A lot of so the guy that signed us in to the Federal Reserve Act, Woodrow Wilson, right? That dude, his wife ran the presidency for most of his term because he had a stroke and they didn't let the public know.
Yeah, I knew that.
I mean, it's like this is always now we're what? We're back to that auto pen. How is that any fucking different than an auto pen, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same thing.
Well, that guy's a vegetable from the start. So
I know.
yeah,
I want to give
it's
Jim Carrey a big round of applause for his part as Joe
no
Biden.
kidding, right?
Right.
So we did. This is a good question to ask Andrew since he's here. We did a poll last night. Would you say that you learned more during your time in the school system, or would you say you learned more after you graduated 12th grade or whatever it is, didn't graduate? But where would you say you learned the most? In the school indoctrination system or just out in the real world?
Well, I would say it's about 50-50, only because
Okay.
I went through a lot of technical training that
Mhm.
you could not learn, like electronics engineering and like,
Trades.
computer software and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'm not going through like sociology courses. I took one of those classes. That professor fucking hated me.
Yeah.
I got a cool.
I was
He
just
did
kind
not
of
like me at all.
I was just kind of curious where people fell on that.
Well, when it comes to certain education systems, yeah, if you want to learn how to build a house or how to solve complex types of issues on a circuit board, yeah, you're going to have to. You can be autodidactic, I suppose, but I don't know if a lot of people are going through those kind of programs anymore. Well, I mean, I know because I'm a fucking teacher, but I just don't know how many people in other universities and stuff, because a lot of them are just going through like a liberal arts degree,
I know.
whatever the fuck that even means. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I can't find a job. Like, no shit, you went through a fucking stupid program.
There's
All
so
that
many.
tells. Oh, go ahead, Kevin.
All I was gonna say is there's so many like online schools now too that are just bogus. Just get this fake degree. Just for posterity or just for the sake of having a degree of some sort to hang on your wall. It doesn't really mean anything.
Well, it's you're imbibed. You're embedded with the idea that because you went above and beyond the requirements and you took it upon yourself to get this piece of paper and shit, and they told you that makes you even smart. The way the establishment looks at it is they're like, that's a useful idiot, right? They went for more indoctrination, so there's a useful idiot right there. Now, this isn't in all cases, but in a lot of cases, that's the only reason. Hey, you feel good about it and you think you're smarter and everything else like that, but in reality, you're not.
Mhm.
And it's the university and the bank, man. They made all kinds of money off your dumb ass.
Yep.
Because they gave you just more indoctrination. They didn't teach you anything really valuable at all. And you turned around and paid them exorbitant amounts of money that you had to borrow from a bank. So who's benefiting from that? The student, the school, or the bank? The only one that's not really benefiting is the student. But they think
And there's
they are. It's an illusion.
There's something called it's called Title IV funding, and when this is how it works. As a teacher, college instructor, which our school is a private university. I think most universities are actually private. It's kind of weird to say that, but anyways, there's a 70-70 rule, which means that 70% of the students who enroll into a program have to graduate. So 70% of them, and then 70% of those graduates have to be employed in their field of study within 1 year. So it's a 49%, technically is what it is. 7 times 7 is 49. So that's an actual rule. That only applies to private institutions and universities. It does not apply to, let's just go with like MIT as an example. It's a private university. But it does not apply to UC Berkeley. You know what their rule is? 0%. They don't have to do shit.
So are they lowering the standards at all, or no? Is that not a thing?
Well, I've been to multiple universities, and I like private universities the most, and only because there is that standard. But when I went to San Jose State University for 6 months, maybe, and I fucking dropped out. Those professors didn't give a flying fuck. They had tenure, and like, oh, here's your fucking coursework. I'm going on vacation for 2 weeks. I was like, what the fuck? But
when I was a lot younger, I used to go to Michigan Central Michigan University, But I wasn't a student there, man.
Well, you might have been a student in another sense.
Yeah. It wasn't. I wasn't partaking of their curriculum, so to speak.
Yeah.
I was taking part in a lot of extracurricular activities. That's all. So.
Well, one thing I did find out is that I had a buddy that was going to Stanford for a while, another private institution, by the way. People don't think of it. They're like, oh yeah, Stanford, Ivy League college. It's run by the state. No, it's not. It's a private college, university. And one of my buddy, he was going through his master's degree in chemical engineering, and he said, yeah, come to the university and like sit in on one of the lectures. And I was like, how am I fucking gonna do that? He's like, because you can. You're not gonna get a grade. You're not gonna get attendance. But you can audit a class. And I did that. I was like, holy shit. It was kind of cool because I mean, there's a lot of hot chicks that go to Stanford for some reason.
See, and then there comes a point in your life where you're just a dirty old man. See, so you got to stop.
Well, this was
and make sure
like
they're all
15 years
chicks
ago.
too, huh?
Yes.
Oh man. Because
But
I'll tell you
when it comes to
in the warm weather up there, I mean, around the university in Harrisonburg, man, it's like these chicks wear shit that's like, holy crap, man. You drive through there and you're just like, good Lord, girl, put some fucking clothes on, man.
I think that's just in general now.
Well,
Yeah,
so as it was in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the days of the coming of the Son of Man. We're there. We got, people having butt sex pride and shit.
I mean, look at the girls you put up there to dance on your show. I mean,
yeah, which one?
Be wearing I know they shouldn't be wearing stuff like that, but they got the confidence because they're so big, bold, and beautiful now. Excuse me, that was rude, but yeah,
it was. I mean that girl was this one right here. This is the best one. So she is like, she's got it going on. How's that for confidence?
The upper part don't match the lower part.
I threw up in my mouth.
Oh, now come on. Is that worse than this? Is it worse than this?
Gravy make a splash like Pippin. Shit, that's nothing. Splash. Everybody call me.
Huh?
She almost looks like an Easter egg.
Of course, then we got
when you put the two.
It's Brenda's side job.
Hey,
Okay, so now that everybody's thrown up, do a shot out of that. Do a shot out of that belly button. You'll be drunk for a week. Oh my god. Yeah, but
you might die.
I'm afraid it'd go down that little valley. How would you get it in the belly button without it going down that huge valley, the canyon?
The crevasse.
I mean, there's camel toe, there's moose knuckle. What do you call that? I mean, that looks like somebody got at it with a broad axe. You know what I'm saying?
That's a crevasse.
I'm going to be listening in the background, but I only have one last thing to say for the moment. In regards to, I'm not leaving or anything. I'll have more stuff to say. But when it comes to the online courses, I would agree that for the most part, a lot of people are not going to comprehend how that can be useful. But because I have to teach online, I took today off, but Mondays and Wednesdays I teach online, and it's actually very useful in regards to showing schematics and wiring diagrams and stuff like that, because I can use a lot of different resources at the same exact time. And then I can also see how students are paying attention, because we have this like if they're just fucking off, I just check them out. And I mean, they know that. Like if they just go AFK for after I think it's 1 hour, then what happens is I just check them out, because it's a time-based attendance program. which a
Right.
lot of universities, private colleges have to use. And I wouldn't say that you can't take a complete electrician program or a welding program online. You need hands-on experience.
Yeah. Right.
But
Right.
you can take an English course
Right.
or a history course. You know, what are all these bullshit type of, you know, electives, you know, these required assignments or courses. But then again, oh, you're going to go through culinary school online?
Yeah.
That's not going to fucking work.
That's kind of what I mean. Like as far as like practical use, you know, like there's only so much you can learn online where you have to actually get out in the field and do it for yourself, you know, because there's
Well, you
going to
know,
be other
right.
situations come up, you know, other factors.
Prior to
that are
that, there
gonna-
was correspondence course. Before there was internet, they had correspondence courses. It was the same type. It was that's the same thing, really. Okay,
Yeah.
it's a little better with the online, but you know, so like you couldn't be a brain surgeon through a correspondence course or an online fucking university. I went to the online surgical school. What? Yeah, we practice. You know, you're practicing with that little operation game, you know, while you're. Yeah, come on, man.
You can't account for things that might
Yes.
pop up during that situation either, you know, whatever it may be. You know, there's going to be other factors in a real world environment that ain't going
Right.
to happen online.
Well, that's what I'd crack up about these fucking Globers. It's like, well, we can predict, you know, this, that, and the other. It's, well, who gives a fuck? Why would you need to? How often do you have to predict how fast something's going to fall or whatever else? When do you ever have occasion to have to do that?
Mm-hmm.
Never. Never once in your mind. In fact, you never have. You just say that dumb shit. They've got this goddamn obsession with predictions, and the prediction is only part of that. You predict that your hypothesis will be true. Okay. But you know, when it comes to like that gravity shit, well, we predict how fast it will fall. Yeah. Okay. So you know how fast shit drops. Nice. Now, how does that mean that gravity did it? Well, because of how fast it went. It's got electrolytes.
I was about to say, Brondo's got electrolytes.
It's what plants crave.
But Brondo's got what plants crave. Well, what are electrolytes? It's what they used to make Brondo. Oh my fucking god!
The circular logic.
It is. It is. Well, we know how old this object is because of the layer that we find it in, and we know the age of the layer because of the shit that we find in it. And it's like, what? That's like circular reasoning right there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I think they call that crustacean. Is that right? Crustacean is fuck. Yeah, it's like the different layers that they find. Like
no,
dig.
Cretaceans. I think.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's Cretaceans. But what you just said was like shrimp and stuff. That's crustacean.
Okay.
Are you talking about the layers
Crabs
of crust or whatever?
I like shrimp.
Oh yeah. But you know, this is the thing, and I kind of understand like some of the Leviticus laws on the cleanliness of food, what you can and cannot eat, what God prefers you to eat. And shellfish are an out. Crab, anything like that. In order to fish has to have scales and gills, you know, and like these other things that we eat, like catfish and clams and those kind of things. Well, and you know, shrimp as well. They're scavengers. They eat shit. They eat crap.
Bottom
you know?
feeders, yeah.
Right. So they eat like rotting stuff and shit like that. And so that means that their bodies are made up of what they've eaten. And so when you eat them, you become what they were made out of.
Yeah.
And that's the whole idea behind that. And they really are nasty if you think about it. That little vein, if they leave the vein in, that's a gut full of shit, is what that is.
That's why they devein the fucking shrimps, dude. Divine. They divine the shrimps, right?
Yeah. It's not a vein, it's a gut. It's full full of shrimp shit.
Yeah, they divine that bitch and then they fucking sell it. Yeah.
Yep. Nasty.
It-
But
it's fucked
that's
up.
the thing. And I think, there might be something too that we're closely related to pigs.
I believe that.
Because there's even some kind of a legend where there was some alchemist back in the day that did some kind of a diabolical experiment and turned people into pigs, and that's where pigs came from.
I mean, our diets are more similar to a pig than a lot of different other animals and stuff
Oh,
like
that's making me
that.
think of that the movie Willow.
We taste like them too.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's-
Yeah,
All
I
right.
don't know this from personal experience, but I know this only secondhand. But those that have eaten human flesh say it's very reminiscent of pork.
I believe it.
So all the cannibals of New Guinea referred to the white man as long pig. So that's kind of yeah. This is some crazy shit. They say it's awfully delicious too. Once you get a taste for it, you can't get away from it.
Yeah, I'll pass. But at the same time, there are different situations throughout history that have been proven. It's not even hyperbolic or anything, or conspiratorial, where people that start to starve, they'll eat fucking anything.
Yeah.
Including other people. And I wouldn't do that, but I mean, I would probably just prefer to starve to death. But either way, there's Cannibal Island that was over in Russia during the whole Holodomor situation, and then there was that movie Alive.
With
Andy
I was
Kaufman's
just
that
gonna
soccer team.
with Ethan Hawke, right? Yeah.
Oh, that's a remake.
Yeah, that's
Came out in the 70s. I'm looking for something here real quick.
I think that yeah. Definitely.
Oh, that's a crime.
Wait, Alive with Ethan Hawke. Ethan Hawke was a remake?
Yes.
That's just I don't what was the original one called? Was it Alive too?
Live.
Okay.
It was called Alive as well. Hang on. I got Alexander's book here someplace. Gotta find.
But there was that one guy, I can't think of his name right now, but he was talking about, literally you become what you eat. So if you eat, a lot of pork, you're probably going to taste like pork. If you eat a lot of cattle, you're probably going to take on that flavor, I guess. Like I said, I wouldn't know, but, and then I'm sure the same goes for vegetarians.
Vegetarians.
Damn it. Where is that?
I don't know. Where'd you put it?
I'll get it for next time.
You are what you eat.
Damn. I got a book.
Pescatarians.
That's kind of what I was going to say is like, what does that say about somebody's will to want to live, still, if that you're willing to eat other people? It's like, do you fear that much that?
Right.
But
yeah, that's I don't I'd like to think that I wouldn't do that, I really would.
Well, those like in those that really happened too. That plane crash in the Andes, that did happen, and they did have to survive off of eating the people that were killed, and they were preserved because of the snow, And those too, the description by those people too, that said that it was very reminiscent of pork.
Wow.
So
that's a good.
Go out there and get those McRibs.
The McRibs, yeah. God knows what's in the McRib, right?
Hey, I think I found a thing about that. I have to find it here. They tested these ashes from a crematorium, and they came back with no human DNA in the ashes at all. They weren't ashes of people. This is more than one sample. I gotta find this.
I don't want to make it too dark of a topic because cannibalism is pretty fucked up. But Norm Macdonald, who died, I don't know, like 2 years ago, something like that, one of the greatest comedians of all time, he does an entire skit just on cannibalism. It's, if you guys want to see it, look it up. I am not going to try and share it. But it's fucking hilarious how he makes a joke out of cannibalism, which I couldn't do.
Well, there's people who make jokes out of shit that just shouldn't be made jokes out of too, though. You know what I'm saying? They really
Didn't he
do.
die like a decade ago, though? Like, that was a long time ago, right?
For that joke,
The
joke probably is about that.
That's the thing about it, is that if you can take a subject that is so just abstract and inappropriate and then actually get people to laugh at it,
Yeah.
that I would say it's comedy.
Well,
You'd have to see it to know what I'm talking about.
The shock area of the brain, like when something is unexpected, that's how the whole punchline of a joke works. It's unexpected. It's an unexpected twist, an unexpected turn. And the same area of the brain is stimulated when there's shock as there is with that same thing with the delivery of a punchline. And that's what makes you laugh. And you don't necessarily laugh when you are shocked. But here's the thing. You can take and put a laugh track to it, something violent, like an unexpected, and put a laugh track to it. And after a while, people will start laughing at it.
Dude, that's what those sitcoms do. They have the audience laughing, right?
Yeah.
Right? It's scripted for them to laugh at that certain point in time.
Well, I'll show you something here real quick in a minute.
As you get that set up, I'll explain it real quick as well. When I was in the military, we had a military appreciation night on the Jay Leno show. And they said, we have to all be in our dress uniforms. And it was all branches of the military. And then, so we went down to Burbank, California, and we sat there for like a fucking hour as Jay Leno came out and talked to us and everything. Like, oh, we're going to start in about an hour or something like that. And we just had to sit there. But in the meantime, the cameras are not showing you what the audience can actually see. And there was these different lights that were put up. They like these boards. And they said, oh, applause now, laugh now. And I was like, whoa, this is fucked. So that's when I got to meet Rob Schneider, Jay Leno, and the Fuck Me Santa girl, Lauren something. And yeah, I mean, it was pretty cool. I mean, I was on television, kind of in the back, but and that was in 2000.
Is that a surprise, dude, that they fucking script that shit?
Of course they do.
Well, yeah, they pre-record it too. It's not even live.
They have a guy comes out before they even start taping that warms the audience up and tells some jokes, get them to laugh, get them used to the applause sign and all that shit. You know, they got a name for it. I think he's called a warm-up guy.
A fluffer.
Yeah, kind of like a fluffer. But anyway, real quick, this thing back on the DNA and the ashes, man. I found this, and then I got this other thing. Hold on.
We got our first set of ashes tested, and guess what? Look up here. No DNA. This is exactly what I'm telling you. These people are going to have this retested to see if it's concrete, fake ashes, or what it actually is. But it didn't have a bit of human in it at all. I know I've told you this for several months, and we've went on and over and over. And I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I do want to let you know that this is 100% the truth. Funeral homes are giving out fake ashes like it's nothing, and they're selling the bodies to colleges and anybody that'll buy them. Linda Jow's family gave me permission to make this video. They gave me permission to show this, just to show y'all that this is 100% factual. And I know that sometimes it can make you cringe, but at the end of the day, we have to know. This lab has been in agreement to do more testing, and they did this one for free, and they're going to do about 25 more for me. After that, we're going to get very steep discounted prices of anybody wanting to get ashes tested. I hope this lets somebody know tonight that there is hope. If you've had a question, if you think that something might be off or the ashes might not be real, there is hope. And we're going to get to the bottom of it. And also, the people who was involved in this will be held accountable. Have a great night.
More and more shit that's all pointing to that, man. Soylent Green, the movie, which set place in this time period.
Yeah, it all points to the same shit, so yeah.
Did you ever see that movie, Shifted Reality?
Which one?
Oh, Soylent Green.
I have not, no.
Oh, you can find it on YouTube. It's good. You need to watch it.
Is that right?
It's, it was made back in the early 70s. And it was the time period is like right around now. I think it was 2020 or 2022 or something like that. And there's like all kinds of heat, climate change, like they've been pushing, right? So everything's hot. There's a drought. The only place they can get enough food to feed everybody is by gathering up this algae that's in the ocean and making it into these concentrated biscuits. They call it Soylent Green.
Biscuits.
Yeah. And on, certain days is Soylent Green Day, and they come out there with these dump trucks and just dump out just loads of these like wafers, and people are picking them up and using them and eating them. Well, this guy, he's like he's an older guy, and he's got all these books and shit like he's not supposed to have, and he's really smart. And he starts doing the calculations on how much of this algae there actually is and how many of these biscuits they're actually making. And it's like, there's not enough fucking algae to sustain this. Where the fuck is this shit coming from? And it leads us right here to this same thing right now. What are they doing with all the bodies, man?
Well, I told you, saw where are all the bodies at? Yeah. Right. Where are they at, dude?
I mean, here we're finding out ashes are turning up to not be people ashes. There's no graveyards being built or anything else like that. What is actually occurring? Is this stuff, are they going off to feed someone? Are they going off to some place and being made into fucking McRibs and Taco Bell and shit like that?
Yeah.
Bioengineered food ingredients.
Yes. I mean, that's crazy.
It's a hot topic right now.
So like we were just talking a minute ago, the laugh track, it's important. It cues you. That tells you when something's funny. It conditions your mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
And here's a little clip of Friends without.
I was wondering if that was the direction you were going. I was
this
going to ask if anybody had seen that before.
Is the waitress. I'm starving. It's a buffet, man. Well, here's where I win all my money back. I gotta talk to you. Sure. What's up? Monica and I almost got married last night. Oh my God. That's huge. Hey. Why wasn't I invited? I just don't think that Monica and I are ready to get married yet, I mean, I love her and everything, but seeing Ross and Rachel come out of that chapel was like a wake-up call that Monica and I are moving so fast, and how do I tell her without crushing her? Oh. Tell her she's not marriage material.
Now, see, there would be a laugh thrown in there. And is it really that funny?
No, it's not. It's not funny at all.
No.
That's bullshit. What he just said is fucking bullshit, dude.
Right. But if you throw a laugh track in there, it's fine. It's funny, right?
Wow. Yeah.
See, this is like supposedly was one of the funniest fucking TV shows going at its time. People would cancel plans to stay home and watch Friends.
I never really liked Friends, to be honest, dude. I really never did. I thought it was fucking stupid.
Ross is creepy as fuck.
I don't.
What? I don't know.
Girls say it to me all the time. Believe me, if she's anything like me, she's just going to be relieved.
Wow.
How do I tell Chandler that it's too soon? It's going to break his heart. He's going to think I don't love him anymore.
Well, you don't.
Yes, I do.
Good. I was just testing you.
Wow. Oh, hi. We were just talking about bacon.
And that right there is supposed to be funny. That would be people laughing.
Stupid, dude.
We were just talking about bacon. And she goes, "Oh, I was just testing you." Was that really that funny?
No, it's not funny at all, dude.
But when you add the laugh track just
It's
right.
funny. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Let me see if I can get it up here. Here comes Ross.
Yeah, this motherfucker. Yeah.
Hey.
Hi.
Are we going to talk about what you guys did last night? Or?
What do you mean last night? Nothing happened last night. Ross invited us all to watch. What is the matter with you?
We weren't going to miss our friends getting married.
Who got married?
You did?
Wait, hello? We didn't get married? Get married? That's ridiculous.
So wow.
Dude, wow.
See what I'm saying? It's just dumb as fuck.
Stupid, dude. It's a dumbass show. It always was a dumb show.
Well, watch here. Here's one with Ross. And I think this is the one if I'm not mistaken, this is where he was eating his lunch at work, right? And they made it out to be all funny, but watch.
Yeah, this one's perverted, ain't it?
Kind of. Now, see, instead, what we've got is kind of another psychological tool used. Pay attention to this music, this ominous kind of music that's been added in there. So no laugh track, and we've got ominous music. Listen.
Yeah.
Ross, may I have a word with you?
Oh, of course, Donald.
We've been getting reports of some very angry behavior on your part.
What?
Threatening letters, refusal to meet deadlines. Apparently, people now call you mental.
Yeah.
We want you to speak to a psychiatrist.
You don't understand. Ugh, this is so silly. This is all just because of a sandwich.
A sandwich?
Yeah. You see, my sister makes these amazing turkey sandwiches. Her secret is she puts an extra slice of gravy-soaked bread in the middle. I call it the moist maker.
Oh my God.
I put my sandwich in the fridge over here. And
I'm sorry. I believe I ate that.
You ate my sandwich?
It was a simple mistake. It could happen to anyone.
Oh, really? Did you confuse it with your own turkey sandwich with a moist maker? Do you perhaps remember seeing a note on top of it?
There may have been a joke or limerick of some kind.
That said, it was my sandwich.
Now calm down. Come look in my office. Some of it may still be in the trash.
What?
Well, it was quite large. I had to throw most of it away.
You threw my sandwich away. My sandwich! My sandwich!
What a fucking weirdo, dude.
But you see, people were laughing their ass off at that exchange because there was laugh tracks put in. And they're not just any laugh tracks. You know, they're specially designed, but they're the same ones over and over if you listen.
Yeah.
If you listen, you'll hear the same ones over. You'll hear the same guy cough in the background.
Yeah.
To make And there again, what they did there, I thought that was excellent because they took they took out the laugh track, which is what told and turned it by putting that music there, made it really like kind of a dramatic scene of a nut, of a crazy guy who was ready to
Right.
be ballistic, right?
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah.
really easy to orchestrate people's moods and what
Yeah.
they think and all that. Who's this? Brian.
Yeah, dude. It's weird. Like if you weirdos, dude.
All part of the social engineering.
Yeah, social engineering. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. I can't believe people fall for this bullshit. But then again, I can. So I don't know. No.
It's not just in that too. I mean, there's other ways that they do it. That's, you know, other forms of quote unquote entertainment, you know,
Well,
movies, music.
Let me see if I can. Well, did you ever remember what was that one with the nerds that lived across this hall from the
Oh, the Big Bang Theory or whatever.
Big Bang Theory. Okay,
I
Big
didn't
Bang
like
Theory.
that.
And there was Howard, the
Yeah.
one guy Howard on there, and he got to go up to space because he designed the toilet or some shit like that.
Mhm.
And they had episodes where he was on the ISS,
Mhm.
floating weightless with shit weightless around him. Actual NASA astronauts floating by him, looked exactly like the ISS, but because there was a laugh track and it was on the Big Bang Theory, nobody questioned it. No, they that's pretty cool how they did that for the Big Bang Theory. Well, wait a second. What if we took off the laugh track and we put instead a little NASA chyron down at the bottom of the screen, right?
Mhm.
There may be some useless numbers that you don't understand up in the corner of the screen. Now we've got an actual NASA mission going on.
Yeah.
What's the difference? If they could do it for a fucking TV show and using the same goddamn astronauts who were probably supposed to be up there while they were filming this anyway.
Yeah.
And people still go, no, it's real. It's real.
Yeah.
They really are. Get the fuck out.
That's just kind of the same logic as the way you're trying to explain to that Stephen that you debated the other night about. It's like, well, if these are the same people that came out with the jab and the this and the that, but you still believe in space, like what's stopping you, you know, from believing that there's these same people that do all these things wouldn't do it for this situation, you know? And like you're saying about that show, it's like you can just add this in or take this out, which got me to thinking too, wouldn't it be funny if we actually took one of those NASA clips and added a laugh track to them? Now that I got a laptop, I might be doing
Yeah,
that.
that would be pretty cool. That would be really cool. Hell yeah.
But
I was going to
might
go
turn
back
it into
here.
a comedy show. It is a comedy show, right? Might as well add a laugh track to it.
It is, you know, that's why I love there's this one on YouTube that they do it. It shows all these different clips of them where you can see the wires and they play that song Puppets on a String. Life is just like a merry-go-round, right? It's got these, you can see the wires on them in every fucking shot damn near.
Yeah, I've seen that saw. Yeah. Fucking stupid, dude.
So we were talking earlier. Let me see here. This is pretty good too. The see, we saw that. Okay. Yeah, this is kind of cool too. These ships that lay these undersea cables, man, this is pretty cool right here.
Notice how there are no cables from here to here or here to here. You might ask, why is that important? Here's why. The reason you will never see these cables connected is because look how far the distance is from 1 to 2 and 2 to 3, and the vast distance from 1 to 3. But Ryan, what about these cables here? Oh yeah, you mean the short distance right here? But you might ask yourself, Ryan, why is that important? Over 99% of the world's internet traffic, including international phone calls and data transfers, rely on cables. Not satellites, cables. Y'all, pull up any map of sea cables and you will see that none of these touch. Because we live on a flat, geocentric plane, just like the Word of God says. In Revelations 29, and they, talking about the angels, went up on the breadth of the earth. What is that? That is Strong's G4114. Breadth meaning plateaus, has a root word, breadth, suggesting great extent. Let's look up this root word plateaus. G4116. G4116 says plateaus, spread out flat. Spread out flat. The Bible is true and you have been deceived.
So, how much more evidence do we have to present, dude?
I know, right?
Like, when is it gonna just be like, we're done?
Zero. It's just willful ignorance at this point.
Oh, that's that.
It is.
Yeah, I'll bring that up.
You know.
Sov's not done though. He's got evidence for days. So, all right.
Yeah.
We got so much.
Lots of people do.
Yeah, I collected up a lot of it. I download and I keep it, and I keep it offline so that I've, if whatever happens, I still got it. Because they can actually get into your shit and delete stuff, man. That ain't no kidding. Right on your computer. If you're hooked up to the internet, they can get in there and they can fuck with your hard drive.
No doubt about it.
Fuck them, dude.
That's why I always say that privacy is an illusion.
Well, it's like a lot of those people that were actually videoing shit. I heard in Utah, their shit disappeared off their phones.
Yeah.
How'd that happen? Well, I know how. Listen, that was scary as shit. I mean, it was convenient as all hell. But when I set up this new phone, all I had to do is turn it on, follow the prompts, and have my other phone right there. And it just transferred everything just in a matter of minutes.
Yeah.
Everything. And I'm like, well, if they can transfer it to my phone, they've been transferring it to their shit all this time.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But I don't know. Come at me, bro.
It's like my iPhone and my iPad are connected, through the same phone number, and I could do the same thing with my MacBook. I haven't done that yet, and I'm not going to do it, but it doesn't matter anyway. It's all connected.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying privacy is an illusion. It's connected whether I say it or not, just via my IP address and everything else. There's other avenues that they connect them. It ain't just that, we're all connected to the same network basically, no matter where you're at.
Yeah. Yeah, iPad and iPhone are connected. So what makes you think they can't do the same with other things, right?
Oh, they do.
Yeah.
They have.
That's how they direct ads to you, that stuff. It ain't just. I mean, not just that. There's different ways, but that's one of them.
Back during Clinton, they signed into law that they have to put all this shit with a backdoor into it.
Yeah,
that's it, man. It was part of some kind of environmental deal or some shit. It's crazy. They just say shit. They just say shit up there. Now you got this Hegseth guy claiming that, well, we can't really tell in the fog of war.
Yeah,
using that as an excuse while he throws somebody else under the bus with it. But this is pretty good on that. Listen to this.
I stand because the thing was on fire. It was exploded in fire and smoke. You can't see anything. You got digital. This is called the fog of war. This is what you in the press don't understand.
The volume's low, Sov.
Like almost everything else, I feel like the reporters know more than the people they're interviewing here. That is not fog of war. Fog of war was a term associated with Clausewitz as a military theory, and it talks about a lack of information and lack of awareness because of the friction and the intensity of this situation. These were strikes, directed strikes, videoed strikes that followed these vessels and then struck them. So for him to come out and say, this is the fog of war, and we didn't really know what we were doing, for months, they have been saying that they are directly targeting drug traffickers, and they knew exactly what they were doing. They just wouldn't release any information on it. And so now this is going to be the latest kind of escape attempt, is the fog of war that he's going to throw out there, while also throwing Admiral Bradley under the bus and saying he supports all of his combat decisions at the time, and he is absolving himself. Pete is absolving himself from any of that decision making. And so this is where the hearings are going to come in, and how many people actually heard him give that order to Bradley, who should be held accountable. He is going to give a classified briefing to Congressman on the 4th of December. We already know this administration has already said there were 2 strikes. So we already know that there were 2 strikes. This is going to be a classified briefing on that. I imagine it will be the full video and what happens. And when, just so you know, when Pete talks about, we didn't really know what was going on, we hit it once and we didn't really know what was going on. The kind of assets that we have that monitor strikes and then post strike are the best in the fucking world. They knew exactly what was going on. So be aware of that. So this fog of war stuff is bullshit. And he's just throwing out a term is what it is. And he's hoping that that's going to save him, in addition to throwing Bradley squarely under the bus that he has created with his own actions. So there you have it.
Fog of war. That's not like you're in a combat situation or anything like that. That's an unarmed boat. You've been tracking it with a drone. You fired a missile into it, and then you go back and kill the survivors. What the fuck?
Fog of war is usually we fucked up.
Yeah,
That's typically what the excuse to use.
I don't know what the fuck, man. This is just crazy.
The distraction. I mean, look at our economy right now, right? Our economy, they're distracting from our economy even. Prices are growing up at the grocery store. You're getting less for what you pay for.
Yeah.
These tariffs aren't doing what they hoped they would do. It's just.
And then they gaslight you and tell you that they are.
Yeah.
And say, oh yeah, we're going to give everybody $2,000 for dividends from that. And it's like, well, where the fuck is it?
I got an idea. How about we get rid of taxes?
There you go. That would be the best thing.
Then you don't need $2,000. And then there's that crap with I'm kind of going off here a little bit. I'll get back. But that whole crap with the giving out newborns, starting an account for them or whatever, that Dell CEO of Dell supposedly put $6.25 billion towards that, towards starting an account for newborns so that, they can grow up, I guess, with a head start, or at least, it's like get rid of taxes. So make things more affordable so that parents can give their kids a better life to grow up in, instead of, getting to a point where they don't have nothing to begin with.
Stop inflating the fucking dollar.
Yeah.
Let's go to sound money. You're never going
to. But getting back to that fog of war. Sorry, I kind of sidetracked.
Yeah. I mean, well, you're right too, though. That's part of it. You're never going to vote your way out of this dumb shit. Okay.
Yeah.
You're never, ever going to vote your way out of this shit. More and more people are talking about, look, exactly the same thing I'm saying, that there's no other fucking way. We've tried this for years and years, and it's just getting worse. Look at this double-faced motherfucker that these people got blinded by. That was pure, utter fraud what that man did. Went up there and promised these people all this fucking bullshit. Not just this time, last time too. Promised all these people all this bullshit and this wondrous fucking stuff he was going to do. And has he done it? No. All he's done is go around and rattle sabers with everybody in the world and suck Benjamin Netanyahu's dick. That's all he's done. And it's disgusting. It's disgusting to see this blatant subservience to some little shit, evil fucking troll. All because you couldn't keep your fucking dick in your pants.
That's another thing I was going to say earlier that, shoot, I just lost it again. But, not to bring it up because we do it all the time, but it's another distraction from the Epstein thing. We already know, all this stuff. It's not like we need a list to see any of it, but it's a distraction away from that because a lot of his own base is starting to kind of wake up from that whole spell. Not just us or people like us, it's his own people. Oh, that's what it was. Now I got back on it. Like the few MAGA people that I know, they're not singing his praises as much as they used to back when he took office again. Some of the people I know that are hardcore MAGA people, I guess you'd call them, label them that I don't like to do, but the hardcore MAGA people, they're not singing his praises like they once were when this all kicked off back in the beginning of his presidency.
Silly old woman, you knew I was a snake before you took me in.
Yeah, no kidding.
There it is, motherfucker.
Well, the problem is during his first term, though, he fucking, he actually did quite well during his first term, all things considered. All things considered. I'm not saying I understand this motherfucker's bullshit, but
he got rid of some so-called swamp creatures and brought in more swamp creatures.
What would you say is a success of his, just out of curiosity?
Well, so I work for the government in DOD, so like we were doing good, but yeah, no, I'm not gonna say that no. Back in 2017
trillion.
What's that?
6.2 trillion plus father warp speed, right?
Yeah. Yep. You're right.
That's all I need to say. $6.2 trillion that ended up that CARES Act.
It's all designed to go back and forth, no, depending on, it doesn't matter which side comes into power. It's all designed to go back and forth. So whatever, I don't know, I guess your situation, you work for the DOD. So, all right, I would say like when Bush came in, right? Everybody was like, oh, Bush is here. He's going to raise our pay and all this and that. But is raising your pay, does that make up for all the war that you're going to have to get into and all that stuff? Get sent overseas. Is it going to make up for all that? So, it doesn't matter which side comes into power. It's all designed to just control both sides, whether it doesn't matter which side you fall on. They just all come under one uniparty, basically, in the end. They want people to think, oh, this side's going to come in and they're going to give us, they're going to, like abortion, democracy's on the ballot, So all the people that are pro-choice, they think, oh, we'll get our guys in power and they'll be for us. None of them are for anybody. They're not for us. They're not for anybody. It's all designed to think that you're on team red or team blue, and in the end there is no teams, so they're just against you.
That's why I like that term, pro-choice.
Yeah.
No, that's pro-murder.
Yeah.
Is basically what that really is.
Yeah.
You want to put it in a nutshell. I mean, they've really got people. I watched that movie on Nefarious again.
Yeah.
And when that guy started describing abortions, that demon-possessed guy, and what's actually occurring.
Yeah.
Dude, that hit home. I was like, holy shit, this movie's got it right at you, man. If you've never seen Nefarious, I suggest watch it.
There's another one you could throw on. Either the Idiocracy or that one would be a good choice for a movie.
Oh yeah,
that's a good movie. So I've seen Nefarious. That's a good one. Yeah.
Oh my god.
He basically lays it out. He fucking tells yeah.
Tells him, he says, you will have murdered 3 people before you leave here today. And it came out, man. But there's a guy, his whole thing was studying Freud and everything like that. So he thinks everything's like psychological and everything. But if people really knew who Sigmund Freud was and what he was really about, they wouldn't go saying, oh, yeah, that guy, he was the father of modern psychology, right?
Kind of like Karl Marx. Well, I mean, they're not the same, but you know what I'm getting at.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Here, watch this thing. This is crazy. This is about him.
Known as the father of psychoanalysis, Sigmund Freud claimed his father molested all of his siblings. Freud was a cocaine addict, as well as a pedophile advocate, who taught that children sexually lusted after their parents, and that children who reported sexual abuse by adults had either imagined or fantasized the experience. He believed that women were the problem with society, and all their problems stemmed from not having a penis. Freud's grandson, Sir Clement Freud, has been accused of molesting multiple young girls and was suspected in the disappearance of Madeleine McCann. Sigmund Freud's sister, Anna Freud, whom Freud claimed was regularly molested and abused by their perverted father, gave birth to Freud's nephew, Edward Bernays, the father of propaganda. Bernays took his family's work in psychology and used it to help governments and corporations manipulate the minds of the public. Hired by the American Tobacco Company, Bernays manipulated women into buying more cigarettes by convincing them that smoking was a form of feminist liberation. During this propaganda campaign, he dubbed cigarettes torches of freedom. Thanks to Bernays and his family's twisted legacy, social engineering became big business. Modern psychology was used to exploit mankind's mental weaknesses, nurture the public's lower desires, and turn people into mindless consumers. Is it any surprise, then, that the great-nephew of Edward Bernays is none other than Mark Bernays Randolph, the co-founder and original CEO of Netflix? Does anyone really think this is a coincidence? Netflix has not only replaced network television as the premier home of pop culture, it is also continuing the degenerate, depraved social engineering of the Bernays-Freud legacy. In 13 Reasons Why, Netflix was accused of romanticizing suicide during a recent increase of teenage suicides. In The Devil Next Door, they were accused of rewriting history to deceive viewers into believing that Poland was responsible for establishing Nazi death camps. In The First Temptation of Christ, Jesus Christ is depicted as a homosexual. And a Texas grand jury indicted Netflix for depicting child sex in the movie Cuties. Netflix and chill, the new preferred method for brainwashing the masses.
Quite a legacy, huh?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I'm glad you brought that up. I haven't watched any Greg Reese in a while. I always liked him.
Yeah, he's got some good shit out there.
Madison Avenue.
You like Judge Napolitano?
Not particularly, but
I read
information's information. I'll watch him for information. I haven't in a long time, but yeah.
I read a book he wrote called Constitutional Chaos.
Yeah.
And man, it was really good. It was really good. He actually told some, stories from when he was on the bench and shit.
Oh, I'm sure he has some, yeah. Good.
And it involved the Terry search, right? And they patted this guy down, and they found a bag of cocaine in his pocket. And the judge, he says he's looking. Judge Napolitano, he said he was looking at this bag of cocaine, and he says, "Well, you pulled this out of his pocket?" And he's like, "Yeah." The cop was like, "Yeah." And he says, "Well, you were you're only supposed to frisk him. So why gave you cause to pull this out of his pocket?" And the cop said it felt like a weapon. And he picked it up like this, and he goes, "You think this feels like a weapon like that?" And he said the bag broke open, and this cocaine spilled out all over his fucking black robe, man.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
I bet that was, but he dismissed the case because they had no cause to go into his pocket. You can't say, "Oh, I thought that was a weapon." What kind of weapon did you think it was? Fucking a baggie or something was a weapon? Shut up. See, this is the kind of shit they try to get around with that too, man.
So what do you think about this? Since you brought up Judge Napolitano, he kind of moved over from Fox into the podcasting realm or whatever. So I've been thinking about like the people like Tucker Carlson, Candace Owen, Colonel Douglas McGregor. You can name whoever, redacted, whatever one you want to pick. I feel. I mean, we all know these people are actors, and we all know that these people have connections. But anyway, I kind of feel like they're intentionally kicking these people off whatever platforms from TV because nobody watches TV anymore, and they're sticking them over in the primetime spots of podcasting because everybody knows that's where is at, and independent journalism started becoming a bigger thing, so it kind of closed down all the lower level independent journalists, and now you got these guys to get your
Tucker
information
Carlson.
from to take over. They got to filter everything through Candace Owens or Tucker Carlson or like I said, name your person. But I think that they're now purposely infiltrating the streaming and the podcasting and all that to quell information on this end of
Dude,
it. Now that
they've been
now
doing
that
that for years, bro.
well, podcasting hasn't been around for years. I'm saying, yeah, they've been doing the propaganda and all that has been there for years. But I'm saying that now they're moving it over into this space because they know that people were starting to catch on to everything, and now they want to knock everything down on this end. Because the TV doesn't work as good as it once did back in those years that you're saying.
Yeah, they figured this shit out a long time ago, though, man. I mean, I see what you're saying, and you're right. Yeah, but I'm saying like they figured this shit out a long time ago, dude. Yeah.
See, I don't. The thing they fear a show like this. They fear a podcast like this.
That's what I mean.
Because I don't have a political agenda.
Right.
Okay.
You didn't come from Fox News and shit like that.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
I'm looking at this shit from a logical point of view. I'm a political atheist to begin with.
Yeah.
So, I look at it. Okay, if you're going to go by this Constitution and this bullshit here, okay, I want to hear. I'll hear the merits of the arguments of things like this Pete Hegseth thing and all the rest of it. And so I appreciate listening to people like Judge Napolitano weigh in on it as well.
Yeah.
But also Burn the Corporate Fiction can weigh in on it too.
Yeah.
Who's going to actually know as much, if not more than Napolitano about those documents.
And not from a judicial point of view.
Exactly.
Right.
From outside of the system. Yeah,
right.
Exactly it.
Yeah, and it's not only that, these people are gatekeepers, like I was saying, they got to filter all the information down. Like why does, Candace Owens ain't the only one that does it, but she's a big one because she's big right now. But it's like, oh, I have this information, but I'm gonna put it behind a paywall, or I'm not gonna tell you. You got to tune into the next show. Kind of like you remember when we didn't have information right away, we had to wait till next week. Well, now information is so speedy and right there. It's like, oh, tune into the next episode, or buy a $5 subscription, or whatever it is. And yeah, they're just gatekeepers, and they're infiltrating this space. And now this is why it's important for people to kind of like, I don't know, not go against these people, but kind of a revolution, basically.
Well, they leave you with a cliffhanger, so you'll be sure to come and watch the next.
Right. Yeah, there's that too.
Right? Incidentally, do you know where that comes from? Cliffhanger?
I don't.
Okay. So this is really interesting. Back in the day, they used to have not just feature movies, but you could go to the movie house and watch serials. Like Flash Gordon. They had kind of like TV series, like Dragnet or something like that, but it was at the theater, and there'd be another episode of it next week. And so where that comes from is they'd show there's a car chase going on, and the car would get real close to the edge of a cliff, and it would start to go over the cliff. And then the movie was over. That episode was over. And so you're like, oh my God, what happened? His car is going over the cliff. And so you go back the next week to see it. And they show the car go over the cliff, but then they show it from another view, and the guy rolled out of the driver's side into the road and got out of it, or something like that. So that's where the term cliffhanger came from.
Was he taking cliff notes while he was doing that too?
No, yeah. No,
I'll be right back.
Yeah, but they're Cliff's notes now. Like it's somebody.
I know, Mandela.
It's like they act like terming it like it is. Cliff is somebody's name. Cliff's notes. It's not. The cliff is the margin around a page, and a lot of times people will write notes in the cliff of a page, and this is all the notes that would be in the cliff of the page in one booklet. That's pretty much, giving you the synopsis of where the whole thing from. So the whole new thing, Cliff's Notes, doesn't make any fucking sense at all. Anyway, here's Napolitano with, what is this guy's name? Shit. Jeffrey Sachs. And like I'm saying, this fucking information's going everywhere.
What is the real reason, in your understanding, why Donald Trump bombed and attempted to destroy a lawful, inspected, approved uranium enrichment program in a sovereign country?
Well, because Benjamin Netanyahu told him to. So the president followed his orders.
Is the United States subordinate to the demands, commands, and purported needs of Israel?
Yes. It's now unambiguous. There was a small question mark before, but now it's absolutely clear. This was not in America's interest. We were actually in the process of negotiating a settlement. There was supposed to be the 6th round of negotiations, but Israel said, no, you do it our way. And the president of the United States said, yes, sir.
When Director of National Intelligence Gabbard said under oath before Congress back in March, not her personal opinion, but her professional reading of the consensus of the intelligence community, which is, according to Larry Johnson and Ray McGovern, 5 of the 16 intelligence communities that look at this, that Iran was not developing a nuclear weapon, didn't have one, hadn't been developing one since 2002 when the Ayatollah, whoever it was at the time, prohibited it. And President Trump said, I don't care what she said, I think otherwise. Where did he get the otherwise from?
From Benjamin Netanyahu and Mossad.
Wow.
This is clear. This is not American policy. This is Netanyahu's policy and has been Netanyahu's policy for a long time. It is, as I say all the time, the main job of the President of the United States is to keep the foot on the brake. I mean that for any President of the United States. You lift the foot off the brake in our country, you go to war. Because we have a war machine always revving. And lots of people want to use it. They want to use it in Ukraine. They want to use it in Israel. They want to use it for whatever purpose. They want to make money off of it. Whatever it is, they have grandiose ideas. Whatever it is, it's the job of the President of the United States to keep the foot on the brake. Donald Trump took his foot off the brake because Bibi Netanyahu told him
to. Who runs the United States, right? Yes, sir. Yes, Mr. Oh, I can't show that. That I'll get in trouble if I show that. Oh, yeah.
I don't know if it's true or not, but I supposedly that YouTube's been purging millions of accounts on here.
Really?
I guess. I don't know what. I think it's the AI. What do you call it? Basically, not the algorithms, but the whatever software I guess they use is kind of screwing up and just kind of mass getting rid of a bunch of different creators. I don't know what the reasons for it. They might not have a good reason for it, and I don't know. You know,
just to piss people off, generate loosh. That's all.
Oh well, I know one fact is that they don't want to pay the content creators because if they get rid of them, they don't have to pay whatever that month or whatever. I don't know. I'm not a content creator, but I know it has something to do with the pay that they.
I'm all right then. I'm all right then.
Yeah. Yeah, you got nothing to worry about.
I ain't got shit to worry about. This is here we go.
Every week in Afghanistan, we had a PowerPoint presentation about why it wasn't okay to double tap someone. That being, if somebody gets shot in an armed conflict and they fall down and then you shoot them again, that there is a war crime. And not only that, my job as a medic was to treat those people who were engaged with. So I was pretty curious what the excuse would be for why they double tapped that boat they shouldn't have been shooting at in the first place. Self-defense. That's what the White House is going with. They dropped a missile on a boat, and then the survivors clinging to the wreckage were somehow a threat? To who? The drone operator? Does he get PTSD when he doesn't get enough kills? But really, this is just an excuse to name some admiral as the reason that this happened, as opposed to PD killed them all Hegseth. Someone's going to jail for this, and they don't want it to be the guy in charge who is obviously at fault. So they're just going to ruin some random admiral's career. And then all of the other admirals and generals will hopefully take the message of don't do war crimes for this guy, because he'll throw you under the bus. I mean, you shouldn't have done that to begin with, because that whole oath that you took not to do war crimes. But self-defense is pretty fucking rich. Pretty rich for a boat attacked by a drone or a gunship or a fighter pilot who were in no danger whatsoever from those boats that didn't have enough fuel to even reach America, let alone fire back. We have the most powerful naval apparatus in the history of humanity. We outnumber our enemies 7-1 when it comes to our ships and aircraft carriers. We're really going to pretend that some Venezuelans on a schooner were somehow going to put in any way danger the U.S. military? It's wild how the White House always manages to come off as both incompetent and cowardly. Is our military the most powerful thing around, or are they in danger from some random guys who just got hit by a missile clinging to the wreckage of their boat? But we know what this is. It's an excuse for that war crime that they very clearly did in the public eye. And this is the stupidest fucking lazy excuse they could come up with for it. But if you've ever read about the Gulf of Tonkin incident, you know that the U.S. government is pretty famously terrible at coming up with excuses to do the wars they want to do. Boy, they really upped the ante. Self-defense for double tapping with a drone. That's so stupid that even civilians know that's wrong.
I mean, I kind of like that guy's sarcasm when it comes to that. It's like, yeah, exactly. A boat that has no hope of even reaching the United States in Venezuelan waters or international waters. You still don't have the authority to fucking sink that boat. You don't have the authority to do anything to that boat. How do you know that those people have done anything? Let's see the intel. Where'd you get that? From Israel? Probably. Yeah. Got somebody photoshopping some shit right now for us? Fuckers.
They can't show us that. It's for our safety.
God.
All secrets are for our safety.
Oh, yeah. Can't tell you about our crimes because of national security.
Mm-hmm.
National security. George Galloway. Chew.
Bless you.
Lord.
Bless 3, you. 4.
No, let's hope that's all.
It's rare that I sneeze more than twice. Usually just one and done.
Oh man, I my record is like 27.
Oh jeez.
Well, I was so sick of fucking sneezing by that point. I was just come on, man.
Jeez Louise.
It was insane.
Yeah, if I sneeze 3 times, that's a record for me.
Yeah, I might not be done. It's gonna come on again. Sure. I don't know why. I think it was this vape. This vape probably did it.
Oh, maybe.
Anyway, George Galloway. I like this guy, man.
Believe me, the Venezuelans will fight, and their children will fight, and their children will fight, because these are the people of Simón Bolivar. They did not seek to unite Latin America. They did not drive out the Spanish colonizer so that a Yankee colonizer could take their place, so that their oil, their gold, their minerals, their precious things, their precious land and waters can be exploited by Donald Trump's cronies. Are you crazy? You must be if you think that this is not going to turn into a Latin Vietnam. I've been watching a lot of movies about Vietnam this week. It's true that the United States was able to deal devastating violence on Vietnam and Cambodia and Laos. They were, from the sky, well able to eviscerate millions of human beings, to soak the jungles of Vietnam with chemical weapons and napalm, setting the jungles alight, and the deforestation and the birth defects caused by these chemical weapons still visible in the maternity wards of Vietnam today. It's true The United States knocked hell out of Vietnam, but Vietnam prevailed. And the United States Armed Forces, and you cannot conquer a country without boots on the ground, suffered 58,000 dead Yankees in Vietnam, hundreds of thousands of wounded physically and mentally, millions of crimes and suicides committed over the rest of the lives of the people who never recovered from being a U.S. soldier in Vietnam. Prepare yourselves for all of that again. I promise you, Donald, I promise you that.
That's what I've been saying, too. It's the same shit. They're not even hiding that it's about the oil. They're not even hiding that it's about the oil. You ever watch Kim Iverson?
Yeah,
That
she's
chick?
another one.
Yep, she is. But she's got good information, really.
Where did she come from?
I don't know.
She's
She
on-
just kind of popped up out there.
she was on one of those other shows. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, she does look familiar. But they all have there's about 4 archetypes of presenters that come from the
She
media.
was on that same show that had Sagar from Breaking Points, and I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head at the moment. But anyway,
That fucking
besides the point.
Hegseth dude was a Fox News guy.
Right. I mean, all these people come from. That's why I brought up that point earlier.
I'm like, well, okay, why didn't you just have Sean Hannity for the Secretary of War? Boy, we'd be in a. God.
This is.
What is it?
I just said I wouldn't put it past them.
Oh God, yeah, don't give them any fucking ideas, right?
This is Representative Salazar. She was on Dana Bash this morning on CNN. I'm watching CNN. She pops up, and the stuff that starts spewing out of her mouth is so incredibly honest. She is pro-invade Venezuela, and she gives us really the truth as to why she's for this and why many others are. Usually you hear this kind of stuff only when they're against it, and they say, look, this is the real reason why we're doing it is for the oil. That's what people will say if they're against it, but this woman's actually for it.
China is their number one client for oil. That needs to change immediately. We need to be the number one client for oil.
You brought up that there is a possible windfall of up to $1 trillion in economic activity for oil companies as one of the reasons for, quote, going in. I just want to be clear. So one of the reasons you want regime change is to access Venezuela's oil.
They will love to have the American oil companies going in, helping them restructure their whole oil business because it's completely destroyed. That did not happen with the Russians. It did not happen with the Chinese. So I do believe that the American presence is exactly not only what Venezuelans want, the whole hemisphere. They have been begging, meaning the countries, there's 27 countries that compose this continent, have been begging Americans to help them to be part of their economic bonanza. So that's what's happening in Venezuela. American companies, period.
Here's Salazar again, once again reiterating it's about the oil.
We're talking about the largest reserves of oil in the world that will be doing business with the American oil companies. And that is something that I have made very sure that they understand. American companies in Venezuela for the next 100 years.
American companies going in and taking Venezuelan oil and selling it and getting rich. And she says the Chinese didn't do it and the Russians didn't do it. So you mean they didn't steal Venezuela's natural resources? But she's advocating for the United States to do this. This woman's a nut. This has nothing to do with stopping drugs. This has everything to do with oil. It's just blatantly clear. At some point, we have to just say, we're no longer going to be the fool. You cannot fool us.
We knew that right from the beginning.
Yeah.
This could be going down by tomorrow, or what is tomorrow? Wednesday.
Wednesday, hump day. Yeah, she was on the Rising from The Hill, that publication, The Hill. I think they're DC based, if I want to.
They haven't even put any flags. We had supposedly had these National Guard shot in DC.
Yeah.
There ain't no flags at half mast or nothing for them.
When do we put them back up?
For Charlie Kirk.
When are we supposed to put them back up? Every day there's some kind of freaking something going on.
gotta just leave them at half staff. We're fucked.
That's what I'm
Turn
saying.
it upside down. Turn the fucking thing upside down. We know
Yeah,
it.
that's the real way they should be. That's why going back to that yesterday when I was talking about being a maintenance man, I used to have to do that, put the flags up at half staff or full, all the way up or whatever. It just got to a point. There's so many things going on. It's like, dude, I'm sick of keeping track of this. It's like it's just gonna stay half staff.
Yeah, somebody died.
I mean, I had like a little calculator thing on my laptop at work that told me, but I was just like, every day there's something. It's like I'm tired of check. I got other things to do than worry about if the flag's at half staff or not.
And what does that really do?
I don't know. I mean, it meant something at one time, I'm sure, but now, like I said, there's so many things going on. When do you put it back up?
We're constantly at a state of crisis happening at some point or another. You got cops killing fucking people over stickers on their car or not having a sticker on their fucking car. Man, wow.
Just getting closer and closer to AI governance, basically. More cameras being put up, more cameras in your face, surrounded by them.
Mm-hmm. Those
digital ID.
Lock.
Yeah.
I was just about to ask where D-Man's at, man.
What's happening?
Hey, man.
What's up, D-Man?
Another distraction for us to keep us all distracted away from the digital ID.
Yes. I'm not getting that. Fuck that.
No, not on purpose.
No, not on purpose. No.
Trust the plan, Saul.
Start grabbing people and putting some kind of fucking bracelet on them, locking it. I'm waiting.
They already fucking did it with the real ID shit on your fucking driver's license.
Yeah,
the little gold star. It's like going back to kindergarten again. You get a gold star.
Yeah,
it's so dumb.
Yeah,
but is that shit? It's just more lockdown. Fuck these people. I'm ready to go.
I think eventually, it's just like whenever you get renewed, they're just gonna automatically put you in it or whatever. I mean, you're already in the system. What does a gold star even matter? Why do you need a real ID? You go there, they want 50 forms of identification, and it's like, dude, you don't remember it from. It's like I have to prove that I'm from here. I mean, like really?
Didn't I do that the last time? And the only thing has changed is the date.
Yeah.
Do you think that I somehow lost the ability to operate that machine out there? Because the date changed?
Yeah.
I drove it here. I drove it there to the DMV to do this.
Yeah.
Okay? So there was no problem there.
Yeah. Well, it's solved. This is making
so great example. A while ago, I went to go get a Bailey alcoholic beverage. It was like 0.2%. I had to go to
coffee
the store
creamer.
And buy it. Yeah, it was some kind of like like a non-alcoholic beer thing. Like a pack thing. It's like nothing in it. The guy ahead of me bought a pack of cigarettes. This guy had to be the age that my grandfather would be. And the girl said, "Oh, sir, do you have ID?" He said, "Are you shitting me? Take a look at me." He said. So he was like, "Hell with it. Nah, keep it." He just took the item and just put it on the counter and just walked off. He was like, "No, screw this. I ain't going here. I'll go somewhere else." So of course she looks at me and I am, but what I'm holding, I know she's going to ask me. I just put it right next to his crap and just kept on going. Just walked right through the line and said, "See you later." I went to a state store that sells booze. Bought the same product just as a test. The lady at the thing saw me. She gave me a little hello. How are you? I was like, everything's fine. I put the thing down. I said, "You don't need ID?" She goes, "No, I don't need ID." Right? It's discernment for her. She looked at me and saw with the gray and white and the old. I'm an old guy.
Yeah.
The other teen girl couldn't do that. Okay.
Well, no, and they can't. They don't understand nothing. They don't know even why they're doing it. They just know if somebody buys this product, check ID.
Yeah.
Little prompt comes up on the register.
Yeah. Well,
Now,
David Kress said it.
They make them before they can finish the transaction. It'll come up on the register that they to check ID and then ask for a date.
Yeah.
Expiration date or a birth date or something like that. Yeah. And I'm like, no, I'm not going to give you my fucking ID.
Take a look at me.
Suck my dick.
Here's the kicker is that, you know what they're going to do is they're going to do that, and the reason they'll do it with the ID that that Cubby was Shifted was saying with the real ID is now they're going to start making you put your ID into machines just like you would with a credit card, and you'll have to do that to ID. Then you'll have to do. And then you'll have to do that to go to public places, and then you'll have to do. And now they stretch it out further and further and further in the information money thing that they're getting from applying these systems. Now there'll be another machine there that you'll have to put please insert your ID.
Well, eventually it'll all just be QR code and anything. Your whole entire
put your
wallet
eyeball to
be
the screen.
Be on the phone.
Now, just for a public service thing out there, I want anybody that's watching this and knows of an area like where there's a lot of tweakers, tell them where these flock cameras and all these 5G towers and shit are at, and tell them there's a lot of copper in those things, man. There's a shitload of copper, baby, just waiting for somebody to come get it, man. Just think. So be sure to spread that news out there that there is a lot of copper in these things, okay? And it would be, boy, you could get a lot of crystal with that, boy. Crystal, just go down to the recycle.
Ice, bro.
Yeah, bro. It's a shit. Do it. So apparently Ben Shapiro, there was like missing uranium is how like Israel got their atomic bombs, right? Okay, this is the story behind it. Well, this is kind of a surprise. Tell me what you think about this. This is crazy.
Wait, who was the founder of NUMEC, that nuclear company that several hundred pounds of highly enriched uranium mysteriously disappeared from and ended up in Israel? Ben Shapiro's uncle?
Oh, surprise, surprise.
Wait, who was the founder?
Yeah.
Boy, that's a surprise. A thief.
Always. Tell me they're one. We saw them fishing in the fountain, right?
Yeah.
And those kids. I mean, how are you doing this?
Always got the hand in the cookie jar.
Oh yeah, this is crazy too. Last night, Trump went fucking ape shit on. Well, I guess it's not really Trump unless he tells somebody and they post shit. But on his Truth Social, I guess he went ape shit. Like putting out all these tweets after after midnight.
Oh, that's how he called Tim Waltz retarded.
Yeah. He's getting worse with that shit. I think he's always mean. It's like dementia. How these old people start getting grumpy and mean with everybody. Maybe that's what happening to me.
Where am I? Who are you people?
I don't know. I feel grumpy a lot of times.
Keep an eye on you.
I mean, I see stuff and I just go, fuck you.
We're going to have to get you a life alert.
Soon I'll be out there with a stick in my hand shaking it. Get off my grass, you young whippersnappers, you.
Sob's falling and he can't get up.
Oh, God.
Get you an acorn stair lift.
Yeah, that would just be fun anyway. Put a couple bends in that fucking thing. Make it worth your while.
Transport stuff in it.
Yeah, you could have it carry shit down the basement for you. Hey, that's an idea. No, I better not. It's an expense I don't need. This is pretty crazy. This is about those tweets and shit he was doing on his Truth Social.
So behind me here, you will see a screen recording of posts by Donald Trump from Truth Social. Someone screen recorded his post. This video is just about 5 minutes long. My video will actually end before this screen recording ends. And you might think, okay, so someone screen recorded like a week of his posts or all of the posts he made over the weekend, perhaps. No, these were all the posts that were made just last night after midnight. It's over 150 of them. He went on an insane reposting spree and he shared some of the most batshit crazy conspiracy theories. One of the posts he made was sharing a post by Alex Jones that claimed that Joe Biden's auto pen that offered the pardons was actually orchestrated by Michelle Obama, that Michelle Obama was controlling the auto pens.
I mean, this is the kind of stuff that Alex Jones does because he's verbal clickbait. He just likes to say insane shit like the frogs are turning gay in the hopes that people will give him engagement.
Yeah, but the frogs did turn gay.
It's a whole other thing when the president of the United States reposts it like it could be real. These are the actions of someone in the throes of dementia or Alzheimer's. This is sundowning behavior, and the White House has yet to acknowledge it. His posts seem to have returned to normal this morning, but we also know he's not the only one who posts, that other people post for him because he's had to approve posts before. So maybe just the kid who normally runs it has taken control again. Like, this is the guy trying to start a war with Venezuela over drug boats when it's really about oil. We're living in the darkest timeline, and I hate it here. So,
or just saying, maybe something happened with him, and in order to make it seem like, no, nothing has happened to him, you put out a series of tweets. Well, how could I put out all these truth socials and approve them and shit if I was incapacitated in any way? Come on. Right? It's kind of like a cover.
Yeah.
Too much. That's why so much. And I'm like, he's trying to cover what he's got somebody else posting that shit, covering him for him while he's doing something else. You know what I'm saying? So you're thinking that he's just putting all these posts out, but he's actually got something else going on.
When did they shoot those boats?
Oh, they've been shooting them.
Well, I know, but I mean, the latest ones, was that last night? Was it?
I don't know if they shot any last night. The ones with Pete Hegseth thing where they went back and shot the survivors.
Okay.
I don't know, like a couple days ago.
Okay. I didn't know if that was to cover that up is all I was getting at. But anyway.
See, this shit is just insane. It's like, why are they doing this? Where do you get the authority to close a sovereign country's airspace and surround them and blockade them? For what? Because, you see the real thing. It's why he's telling Maduro he's got to step down. And that whole thing with that Trey Laguanda or whoever the fuck they are, this gang.
Yeah.
They say, they're taking over apartment buildings. Man, it was like one fucking apartment building in one place where this happened, and they try to make it like it was taking over every place. It was just happening everywhere. They made a big fucking story out of it. And there was people that went there.
Yeah.
And
Joe Cool went there.
And none of that shit was going on.
Yeah. It was all fear porn for the election.
Yes.
To get people
and also to justify this shit here because he tied those gangs to Maduro. He said Maduro sent those gangs here. And that's like, what the fuck are you even talking about?
They're eating the cats.
Yeah, I know.
It was all that type of stuff. It was around the same time.
But his big supporters, the ones that just, he can do no wrong, he shit's gold. They'll go with whatever excuse. They don't care. This is it. He's killing all these people. But the fentanyl's coming in from Mexico. Fentanyl's not coming in from Venezuela. It's coming in from Mexico. So there should be a heavy duty decrease in that because of the fact that you've tightened up the border now, right, Donald? The border, not
everybody.
Our border, not Venezuela's border, our border. Okay, that's the one that you have to concentrate on. You don't go and fuck around in other people's borders.
There's one they dropped from his last election. Remember Build the Wall? Whatever happened to that? Is that not important anymore? Not that I'm saying it is, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah,
they just totally like, build the wall through his whole 4 years. Build the wall, build the wall. They never got around to it, and then now they're like you're saying.
That's his whole game. That's his whole game. Is that he rolls through with these little fucking mantras that he gets his crowd all into.
Yeah,
And if you look, a lot of those rallies are like a fucking religious revival.
Yeah, it's just like Charlie Kirk's thing.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. You can, if you can get people immersed in the emotion of something, even look at like what Hitler did with his rallies. Look at how they were done. Very, very, very orchestrated, man. All the symbolism, the flags, the torchlight, the firelight, and the sense of unity. Everybody there, in rows and everything. And this guy comes out there, and he was a master at this, at oration, because he would come out to the podium and the crowd would be cheering, yay, yay, Sieg Heil, Sieg Heil. And he would stand there and he would just look at him. And he would just look. And then pretty soon, a hush would come over the crowd. Everybody would quiet down. And he'd still just stand there and look out over the audience. And then all of a sudden, he would burst into a passionate spiel. That buildup to that anticipation was powerful.
Yeah.
That made the kapow of the passionate words that he was saying hit even harder. There was the emotion, and you had all this, everything that went along with it. And the music, of course, always with the music.
Yeah, so the music was a big thing. Yeah.
Yeah, it still is.
Yeah.
Look at that Charlie Kirk thing. That shit was totally, her actions and the music, like when it crescendos as she looked up to the sky like that. Come on.
Fuck
man.
off. Yeah, it's bullshit. Yeah.
I honestly think we're headed towards, I don't think we're going to have a one world government, and I don't think we're going to have leaders at all. I think we're going to have the Wizard of Oz, right? I just think that they're just going to put the wizard out there, the great and powerful wizard. It's just going to be a head that's talking to us. They ain't going to have world leaders or anything like that. It's just we're going to be under AI governance. They're going to have the wizard come out and tell us what we're going to do, where we're going to be, where we're going to stay. We'll be on UBI. I'm probably, as everybody likes to say, blackpilling, but I'm just.
No, you're not. You're not.
It looks like where we're headed to me.
No, dude, you're right, brother. That's where we're headed, dude. For real.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, yeah. It's not a pleasant thing to talk about, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I just think that it's I don't think there's going to be any need for elections here pretty soon. I think that we're just the wizard's going to be there to tell us what to do.
Dude, you're so right, brother. You are so right, dude. Yeah.
I can't. I'm glad I'm on my way out, man.
Don't say that, soft. Come on.
No,
man.
I mean, for real. I mean, it's not like I'm looking to go, or anything like that, but I'm ready to.
I can
go. That'd be fine. I mean, I wouldn't be upset if I found out hey, you only have 24 hours to live. Okay, well, that's cool.
Maybe I can find you a Chrome dealer.
There you go.
Get you some of that Nancy Pelosi juice.
No, it's all right. I don't. I can't fathom somebody being so attached to this fucking physicality that they, would go to those ends to try to remain in it. It's look, this is cool and everything, but I'm ready to see what the next phase of this whole operation is. Let's get with it. I mean, and here's the kind of sick shit. You know who Megyn Kelly, aka Nicole Brown Simpson.
Yeah, right.
Listen to this sick bitch. This is insane.
So I really do kind of not only want to see them killed in the water, whether they're on the boat or in the water, but I'd really like to see them suffer. I would like Trump and Hegseth to make it last a long time so that they lose a limb and bleed out a little. I'm really having a difficult time ginning up sympathy for these guys who 10 seconds earlier almost got taken out by the initial bomb, but because they managed to get ejected, a little too soon, had to be taken out in the water. I realize legally it may make a difference, but truly, Mark, this is a tough case to really gin up the sympathies of the American people.
Yeah.
So I really...
Are you fucking kidding me? Why would you want that? What did those people do? Because Trump said that they're drug traffickers, even though the boats they're driving could never reach Florida without refueling several times. They could never reach the United States without refueling several times. There's no due process. You don't even know who the fucking people on the boat actually are. There's no evidence. Where's the drugs? Oh, they're at the bottom of the ocean because we did that for America. And it's like, you motherfuckers, you did not. You committed a crime. And then, I hope they bleed out. I hope they lose a leg and bleed out and the sharks bite their dicks off. And, it's like, come on, man. Are you really a rational adult or a psychopathic demon, man?
I think you answered your own question.
Yes, sir. There's a psychopathic demon.
Yeah.
That's a sick bitch right there, man.
There's another one fired from Fox, now taking over the podcasting space.
Here you
I'm
go.
telling you, they're all around us.
Yeah, but think about who they're talking to, and these people are listening to this shit.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
And they want to say, and that's the kind of bitch right there that wants to say you're an anti-Semite if you disagree with the genocide going on.
Right.
What? You sick bitch, right? I don't know.
Right.
And here's what we got. This is the reality of it right here. This is it.
Are you stupid? Are you a stupid person? Because they came on a plane along with thousands of other people that shouldn't be here, and you're just asking questions because you're a stupid person.
I mean, he said that.
Yeah.
What the fuck does that even mean?
It means nobody's paying attention, Soft. That's what it means.
I mean, come on, man.
I mean,
This is why I say they can't get rid of him, because it's like, no matter how much I dislike him and stuff, he still has the ability to make me laugh from time to time. And that's the point of it. But it's just, I don't know, man. It's just, he says some shit.
Just towing the line, just like everybody, like every other one that came in and bullshit.
Well, that's what I was like. D-Man, his first term is what got people hooked, because his first term, quote unquote, was okay, right?
Yeah, there was no wars. The economy didn't tank. He actually did some stuff and showed that, okay, this might be, and people kind of were like, wow, okay, this might be the real deal. And then he's, vote for me again. Oh, no, 2020 was a crook. That was probably rigged up too, so they could get people to say, vote harder. We need to get more people out there. And then they bring him in, and now he fucks you.
Well, the thing is, they talk shit about Biden, but Biden didn't do anything different than fucking Trump did, dude.
No, watch this. This is fucked up.
But what if anything? What if a bomb drops on your head right now? But what if they broke it? I don't know. They broke it with Biden because Biden, they didn't respect him. They didn't respect Obama. They respect me. But let me tell you, Putin went through a hell of a lot with me. He went through a phony witch hunt where they used him and Russia. You ever hear of that deal? That was a phony Hunter Biden, Joe Biden scam. Hillary Clinton, Shifty Adam Schiff. It was a Democrat scam. And he had to go through that. And he did go through it. We didn't end up in a war. And he went through it. He was accused of all that stuff. He had nothing to do with it. It came out of Hunter Biden's bathroom. It came out of Hunter Biden's bedroom. It was disgusting. But what if anything?
I guess to expand on my point earlier, Trump is kind of like AI, right? We all know it's bad for us. We all know that, whatever it says is not good. But at the same time, it has the ability to make us laugh at it or entertain us, right? And that's kind of what Trump is. He's just an entertainer and a showman.
Well, what he just said about Biden is not true. Like, that didn't happen. Right?
Oh, I know. He just shifted around, said all these people's names and shit, and he never did even answer what the fuck was being asked of him. He does that all the time. And then just insults the person that asked him the question. I'm like, what in the fuck?
Yeah, dude. It's stupid, dude.
I don't even know.
I don't get it, man.
And this thing, holy shit. Okay, so I'm thinking of a movie, and I think that movie was Labyrinth. Okay, was that
David Bowie?
Where there was
good movie, yeah.
Okay, so there was this creature, right? It was like a little goblin-like dude that was trying to be kind of truthful, but he kept lying to her, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tell me this broad Laura Loomer don't look like that, man. Now she went and had that done in Israel. whatever the fuck that is.
Wow.
This is not fake, man. I've seen her before too. After with
No way.
I think it's a little bit like I know she looks really bad, but I think that's a little.
Yeah, that's stretched.
I don't know. Let's see what's going on.
Day of early voting in Florida. Great to be back in Miami. I went to college in Miami, actually. I didn't go to FIU. I went to Barry, but it's great to be here and to see so many energetic and motivated young college students who have their heads screwed on right and are being influenced by their Marxist professors. So I'm excited. Day of early voting and
Her head is big as a friggin' pumpkin.
Yeah, it's a little exaggerated. She does
Hey,
look horrible.
Pumpkinhead.
But, yeah.
Well, that's not the only one I've seen.
Well,
It's exactly like that. I mean, I've
I know,
got other
because
ones
they're
on
doing
here
that.
that I've seen her. She looked exactly like that.
Yeah, I know, but they a lot of people don't. Well, I don't know. I could be wrong. I just think that it's a little exaggerated. I'll just put it that
It
way.
looks unnatural.
The
I've seen some other ones where it's totally real, like those brothers, the twins, and they
Oh,
both,
God, yeah.
the Ken twins or whatever they were called.
What about that woman that had herself made up look like a fucking cat?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, geez.
That real
Oh,
rich-
yeah. Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
dead now. She died.
Yeah.
But she was all done up like a cat because her husband liked that. And I was like, oh, man, I'd keep that motherfucker away from the pet store.
Yeah. Seriously. Seriously, saw.
You know what I'm saying? Watch his ass at the zoo. You know, don't let him.
Oh,
loose
fuck
at the
yeah.
farm. He needs supervision if he goes to the farm for anything.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah. So this is kind of crazy. Let's see what this is about. I don't know. It's scrambled.
They murdered 1 million people in Auschwitz using poison gas. Why is there no trace of that gas in the buildings of Auschwitz today? And none of us historians thought of demanding that there should be tests carried out on the fabric of the gas chambers at Auschwitz. The buildings survived partly. They're in ruins, some of them. Others are more or less intact. And eventually, in 1988, as part of its Canadian trial that I mentioned, the case against Ernst Zundel, the defense lawyers decided to send an expert in gas chambers over to Auschwitz. So this expert in gas chambers, a man called Fred Leuchter, was sent over to Auschwitz to test the gas chambers of the Nazi concentration camp. Would these gas chambers work? Is there any trace of their having been used as gas chambers? Is there any residue of cyanide gas in the walls? All the obvious questions. And he came back and he wrote an affidavit to the court, which we eventually published as the Leuchter Report. The forensic tests carried out on the 48 samples that he brought back to the United States, bits of brickwork that he took out of the walls and submitted to the forensic laboratories in Cornell University to have tests carried out. And the result was that in 47 of the 48 samples, there wasn't the slightest significant trace of cyanide compound. In the 48th sample, there were colossal traces of cyanide. And what is the explanation of that result? Well, the answer is in that sample, he had taken out of a little gas chamber that was used for disinfesting clothing, killing the lice and the vermin in the prisoners' clothing. The clothing was stuffed into this little gas chamber, which looked like a gas chamber. He got a steel door with the racks rather like the dry cleaners for wheeling the clothing in and out, and he took that sample out of that brickwork. It's significant because all our opponents have said you don't expect to find cyanide in the brickwork after 50 years. How absurd, how ludicrous. After 50 years of wind and rain, you're not going to find cyanide compounds, residue of a gas in the brickwork. And the answer is you do. And the proof of that answer is, in fact, the walls of that little gas chamber were so soaked in cyanide compounds that they'd turned blue. Got photographs of it here, what those blue walls look like. You can see here color photographs of the little gas chamber in Auschwitz showing the blue stain on the walls where the cyanide has seeped through the brickwork. A young 28-year-old German chemist, a research chemist working at the Max Planck Institute in Germany. The Max Planck Institute is one of the most prestigious bodies with the kind of reputation of the National Institutes of Health here in Bethesda, Maryland. He decided to write his dissertation on that one subject, the permanence of cyanide compounds in brickwork. And having written his dissertation, he then allowed it to be circulated in printed form to 2,000 professors of chemistry at universities who confirmed that what he'd written was true. Too late, the traditional enemy spotted what he did, and they had him dismissed from his position at the Max Planck Institute. The letters have now been published where they put pressure on the Max Planck Institute for him to be dismissed, allowing his scientific report, his dissertation, to be published. Under the German laws for the suppression of free speech, he had infringed against those laws and he's now been sent to prison for 14 months for allowing his chemical results to be circulated in Germany.
There you go.
How could they still have that much control? See, That's the shit. That's the shit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Didn't they
man.
use Cyclone B, whatever it was? It was supposed to be like a delicing or a.
That's
like
what it was supposed to be.
insecticide.
Yes, Zyklon B. Yeah. It was a delousing agent, is what
Yeah.
what it actually was. Well, and it has to be activated with heat. Now, their whole claim is that these pellets were dropped in through holes in the top of the roof, and then they put the little caps on it, and then they would dissolve on the floor and start putting gas on the roof. Well, what they did, they had the floor heated.
I doubt it.
What the fuck? No, it doesn't even work the way that they say. But that's the whole thing. I mean, the chimneys to the fucking crematorium isn't even connected to it.
Isn't the door like you could hit the door and push it out?
Well, no, it opened inward, and it was wood. And here's the problem with the door that opens inward. Okay, so you put all these people in there and you close the door. All right, so here's all these people in there, and the gas starts coming in. Where do you think all them people try to go to?
The door.
Yeah, right. So they all pile up dead in front of the door. Now, the gassing's over. Now you got two problems. One, you have to fumigate the room before you can send anybody in there. Second, you got to try to get that fucking door open against a bunch of dead bodies against it.
Yeah.
Not going to happen.
That's something they don't talk about, Sav. Yep.
Plus, there's no seals on the doors or anything.
No,
It's
fuck
like,
no. Yeah.
nothing makes any sense with it. But, you know, I even heard, you know, these people sit there and bald-faced lie. I heard a woman, supposed survivor, that was at Auschwitz, and she said you could tell if they were cremating Poles or Jews by the color of the smoke. Now, these are people that have been told they're so fucking special that their lies incorporate having special smoke.
Get the fuck out of here. Yeah. No.
Yeah. Heard another woman talking about where she had a 6-inch nail driven into her head. I'm like, yeah, sure. Right. Sure you did.
Why?
That's impressive.
What do you mean? She said she was like.
Said they hammered it right down through the top of her head.
She was the one that told him that?
Yeah, she was telling about it, that it happened to her.
How the fuck would she know?
Well,
how is she alive?
Right.
To tell you.
Exactly. What was the other one? The one woman testified that she saw him put her friend in a freezer truck and then froze her solid and then pushed her out the back door of the truck and she shattered all over the pavement.
But you got a hole in your head? Oh, wait.
I was like, what the hell? And this is they think that this is, you know, and what's worse is the people listening to these stories don't even question it. They're afraid to question that ridiculous story because then they'll be labeled an anti-Semite.
Anti-Semite. Yep.
Antiseptic.
Yeah, I mean, it's like, I don't care. Call me whatever the fuck you want to. That's one who's real big on that and calling you a racist and shit. That fucking Sean Hawkins.
Sean Hawkins.
Yeah. I'm like, dude, go take a bath and brush your fucking tooth. You know?
Yeah, dude, fuck these homies, dude. They don't know what the fuck they're talking about, man.
That guy, he's really something else.
So is Sean Hawkins coming up for a debate next?
No,
he's never gonna come, dude.
That motherfucker can't even get 4 people watching a live.
That's why he comes over here.
Yeah.
Well, that's why the Globers
Occasionally.
come over here too, right?
Same reason.
Same shit.
Yeah, we don't get a whole lot of them, man. I mean, we get a few. They see them in the chat saying shit, you know, and it's like, yeah, I don't even have to address it. These guys in the chat will take care of it. You know, they'll usually crush them with facts, and you know they don't have the answers to it.
They never have the answer, Sav. Ever.
Well, no, like that guy the other night. It's like, look here, you know, he thought he was going to get in there with a reversal fallacy, even at the setting up of doing it. He said, okay, you have to give evidence of the flat earth. Okay. And how it works. I said, okay, I will give you evidence of my observations and the behavior of gas.
Yeah, he tried to switch the burden of proof onto
That's all they have. That's all they have, because they can't. You see, that's real easy, because it's the whole thing. I can say, because we have an observation, but like you can make a claim, I can disappear, like just by snapping my fingers, prove that I can.
Right.
It's like, wait a minute. We all know that nobody can just snap their fingers and fucking disappear. That's kind of axiomatic that that's not possible. Okay, everybody accepts that that's not possible.
Right.
So the burden of proof is where? On the person making the claim that goes against the axiomatic fucking.
Exactly. So.
Right. I mean, we all got an observation of a globe Earth ever.
They don't have any observations of this shit, Soft. They have 0 observations of this.
Well, they have observations over long distance and assume it's a curvature, but that would take a childlike thinking, because when have you ever seen water act that way? Never.
So why don't they see this, Soft? That's the question.
Because they've been brainwashed with this bullshit about gravity.
Yeah.
And there's the thing right there. There is no fucking gravity. That's just an unscientific theory.
They also don't want to fall out.
It even goes back to that fucking Cavendish and the whole gonna measure the mean density of the Earth. That's what he was doing with those lead weights. Okay.
Yeah. The mean density.
Calculate the mean density of the Earth.
Yeah.
Okay. So all the materials and the amounts that are making up the Earth. And where did you get your radius value from, anyhow?
Get the fuck out of here. Yeah.
Flat
surface.
Exactly. I mean, it's like this. So none of this shit works with, it's like, well, it's a law. Well, just because some fucking asshat says it's a law, you can't have a law based on something that doesn't exist. I have a law of unicorn farts. It's illegal to have unicorn farts in your possession. All right. And that's the law.
Yeah.
And that's why you don't have them in your possession. Prove me wrong.
Well, I think it goes beyond the loss of, like, they're fucking, yeah.
Well, if possession of unicorn farts wasn't a law, how come you don't have any? See, that's the fucking shit that they do right there. See?
Yeah.
They go right
That's
into
what I'm saying.
fantasy land. Every time they get stuck, they go, "Well, the sun. It's here we go, fantasy land. Why don't you stick in the physical land?"
They don't want
to. Where is the sun? How big is the sun? How do you know any of this shit?
Mm-hmm.
There again, hearsay evidence from a less than reputable source.
Right.
Wanna...
Yeah. Go ahead, Cubby. Sorry.
You're fine. I was just going to say they don't want to fall out of favor with their heroes either, right? Because the McToons and the Craigs, they gaslight their crowds up, right? And they get them all pumped up, so they believe in this stuff, and they think that they mean something to these guys, these are the McToons and these Craigs. Well, they don't. They're just useful idiots.
Yep.
Like politics, basically, same tactics.
Yep.
Yeah. Why would they even follow these motherfuckers, dude? It doesn't make any
Because
sense.
they gaslight them. They believe that these people actually like them, that they're not just using them for a means.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
And the people that are following them have this kind of romanticized thing about being in space and the endless vast because it goes and goes and we don't know where, guys. That's all it is. It's a
They think it would be like, Star Trek or some adventure or something.
Yeah.
No, it would be like the most boring fucking time you ever had in your life. The novelty of floating around is going to wear off pretty fucking quick.
Right. So you're right. Dude. It's complete bullshit. Yeah.
Then what are you going to do? You're trapped in this fucking thing for a few years to get to your destination. But these funky motherfuckers can't bathe properly because you're in a weightless environment and they're farting and shit. And you got to recycle your piss to drink it. That sounds like a lot of fun to me.
Yeah, it sounds like fucking shit to me.
If you think you're down, anybody thinks you're down for it, lock yourself inside of a fucking tank of some kind. Recycle your piss and don't get out, motherfucker, for about 4 years.
Yeah.
See how that goes for you. See how you like that.
Well, here's the answer. Go ahead, Shifty.
No, go ahead, brother. Yep.
No, I'll wait. Go for it, man.
I was gonna say, Saab, that all of that shit makes no sense, right? Makes 0 sense. But yet they believe it.
Well, that's because their perception of who told it to them.
Yeah.
It really is. And this is the thing. They say, oh, you're denying science. I go, wait a second. Wouldn't you have cause to question science, especially in the last 5 years? Wasn't it scientists that said that if I didn't go get that shot, I'd be dead by now?
Yeah. 100%
Right?
effective.
Wasn't it scientists that
Trust
said
the
that, you know, it
science.
was all the scientists that came on there and told the president of the United States that shit, right? On TV in front of God and everybody. Why didn't you know, so I shouldn't question science just because somebody says science, don't make it science. That's the whole thing. And when people said, well, let's see the science. Well, okay, you can in like 70 years.
75 years. Don't worry. You'll be able to read it.
All I
Everybody
was
go
going
get
to say
dead
is
by
the answer to it is to put a laugh track to it all, right?
Yeah, right. Let's do that. You know, sometimes I do that in my head. I'll put a laugh track just to life.
For sanity's sake, yeah.
One time I was doing it, I was driving Leanne crazy. Everything I did and said, I was doing and saying as if it was being read from a book.
I can see how that could drive someone crazy.
Like, I don't know. We'll see about going up to the store after I get done with this, said Dave as he set his pack of cigarettes down on the table.
I'd feel a bit condescending in a way.
He looked over at her expectantly for some sort of a retort. And then she'd say something, and then I'd say, said Leanne.
I can see that.
Yeah, my mom had a hard time with me too. She was this is some shit that my friend grew. It's called Nosy Gelato.
Gelatos are pretty good.
Nosy gelato, huh?
Yeah, I don't know. We're gonna see what that's about here.
That's some Italian ice cream, right?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, gelato is an ice cream, but it's a really, really good strain of weed. So this is obviously a cross between the gelato and some other brand, some other
We'll see how well you can keep your focus after this.
herbal essence. Yeah, right.
Herbal essence.
Herbal essence. We was coming up with shit the other day. We said, that's right, that right there. That's Satan's sage, Lucifer's lettuce.
Ultimate spinach.
Yeah, man. It's corrupting the youth of America. That's what I used to tell those people. I say, you know, I'm everything your parents ever warned you about. So just, you know, keep your distance.
So they say that, but yet they go down to the liquor store and buy a fucking bottle of Jack Daniels.
I know.
Yeah.
And that's perfectly acceptable. Listen, this is the thing too. When somebody's drunk, you have to keep them from driving a lot of times. You have to keep them from it.
Usually, that's how I got my DUI. I didn't listen.
You get belligerent. Go ahead, take my fucking keys. I'm driving. You know, oh shit, here we go. Whereas when somebody's really fucking stoned, you're like, nah, I don't want to go nowhere, man. Domino's delivers. I'm good. You know,
right.
I don't need to.
Right.
You know, the biggest thing that's in danger is a fucking pizza when it gets to my house. That's it. You know.
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
Well, even still,
still,
you know, if you're smoking, that's a way different experience than when you're drinking. You know, even if it came down to driving between the two, you're still gonna be more attentive. Whereas if you're drunk as hell, you can't see 2 feet in front of you. You know,
right? Well, to Soft's point, when you're
I'm not saying do it, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it. But to Soft's point, when you're stoned, you're not thinking about driving. You know, you're thinking about
I understand that.
You're chilling.
Yeah, you want to just kick back. You know, take it all in. But you know, that's our society. They like the low level shit. They want people in that lower vibration. That's why they want people either on alcohol or opioids or both.
Yeah.
Because those are those lower forms of vibration, and those lower forms of vibration are where those darker entities reside. No, you can't see them, but they're there. They're just on a different frequency.
Yeah, I would agree.
They do influence you. They want to destroy us, just like that fucking demon was telling him in that movie. That psychiatrist.
Yep.
Just like that. We want to fucking destroy you. But what's worse is we make you destroy yourselves. We get you to destroy yourselves, and that's a victory for us.
Didn't he claim to be Satan himself though in that movie?
No, he was just a demon that was
delivering the message.
What was it? Nefera.
Yeah, I know.
Neferitum or something like that. And he says most close. And the way he talked, he's like, he told him, he says, I know more theology than any person alive.
Right.
You know, I mean, I mean, you got to sit there and think, you know, if it wasn't for the shit that happens later, you're like, is this guy really fucking crazy? You know, like a multi-personality, or is he really, you know, and then some shit happens and it's like no doubt in your mind, this guy's got to be fucking possessed. He's got to be.
Yeah. Yeah. He was basically getting interrogated, right? And then he came.
Yeah, they were trying. He's trying to see if the dude's crazy, and if the dude's crazy, he can't be executed. Yeah. So he gets a stay of execution, but the
great
dude
movie.
wanted to be executed. Yeah, it is. It's really good. It was an independent. It was an independent movie too.
Yeah. I watched it. I was like, what is this? And I was like, wow.
Did you ever see American Satan?
I did not.
I started to watch it and never followed through on it.
Oh man, that one, and it's got such a great twist at the end. It's just it's an adaptation of Faust, which is a really old story of where a guy sells his soul to the devil for fame and fortune and riches. And it just so happens that lead singer of that band's name is Johnny Faust. And I was like, oh,
really?
Nice.
What band?
They call themselves the Relentless.
Okay.
You can probably find their music on YouTube.
Huh.
I mean, the soundtrack for the movie is bitching, man. Let me see if I can find it. Let's see.
Yeah, I want to say that you recommended it one night, and I started to watch it and didn't get very far.
Let's see. Yeah, they actually had this put out. I'm trying to see if I got that one. Yeah, here we go. This is like
Butterwall Saw.
What is it?
That's D-Man's little thing he's got underneath his name there. It says Butterwall Saw.
See if we can get this to work.
Try to describe me, but you'll never define me. Try to grow my wings, but he holds me down. Single fire to bliss, how could I ever resist? But when I turn to you, I find heaven on the ground. The devil keeps on calling, I keep on falling down. My faith is crawling away, wrapped in the dark. You're my only light, it's me against the devil. I'm ready to fight, that faith and fire.
That's the title track, American Satan. That's pretty
Nice.
good. Let me see
Good
which
song.
one.
I like the song. Yeah.
Let me see if there's one that I thought was really good. Let's see. Oh, is this the one? Oh yeah, this is it. This is it.
You don't fancy warming up here? I mean, the door's open in 10 minutes.
Right, come on.
Go on, get out of it. Oh, sorry, ladies. There's a job to be done here. Okay, well.
We are the station, never again. The one afraid we used to. You tear me apart. Now it's the greatest love my heart. Remove the guilt that binds you, that defines you, that's inside you.
Yeah, so that's the if I'll put the link down there. Anybody wants to watch that and listen to it. But in the movie, it's the thing is that when they finally go and do this like human sacrifice type thing, deal with the devil. Next thing you know, like they're bigger than fucking Metallica. They're playing everywhere. They're opening for the band that was where they're going before. You know what I'm saying? It's sort of like when some of these bands that got hot in the 90s were opening up for the bands that were hot in the 80s.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Alice in Chains actually opened up for Van Halen.
Yeah.
Did you know? Yeah. Yeah.
I like a lot of Alice in Chains. I liked a lot of that music. Alice in Chains. I liked did you ever listen to Screaming Trees?
I did not.
Yeah, Screaming Trees, I like them.
Stone Temple Pilots.
Stone Temple Pilots. Now that right there is a tribute to the singer Andy Wood. When they are not Stone Temple Pilots, I'm sorry, Temple of the Dog.
Oh yeah.
Stone Temple Pilots.
Pearl Jam and Soundgarden.
Where you going for tomorrow? Where you going with a mask?
I found. Yeah, love that song, dude.
And
Yeah.
I feel it when the dogs begin to smell her.
Yep.
You mean it's not Master Found? I'm just
I love that song, man. Yeah.
Yeah, I
I've got a good Eddie Vedder voice, I swear.
What's that?
You got a good Eddie Vedder voice, brother.
On the weekend, I'm working on a web.
Solve the world tour.
That would be fun. No, it wouldn't. That would fucking kill me. That would kill me.
The Flat Earth Tour.
Yeah, the Flat Earth Tour. That would be it right there. Where was I before? Damn it. Yeah,
I threw a few in the back that are kind of interesting. I don't think the first one is good, but the second one, well, the first one's good, just not for this show. Do it on the next one. That second one is actually from a cartoon called Teen Titans. And it's they're basically mocking Flat Earth to kids, which is kind of interesting. They would do this.
I'll grab that here in a minute.
Why are DNA tests illegal in Israel?
There are Ashkenazi Jews who are entirely European in their DNA. That's why you're not allowed to have a DNA test in Israel, because it will reveal that virtually none of them are Semitic, virtually none of them have any ancestral connection to the land. I was viciously assaulted by a manager in the BBC who had recently converted to Judaism. It's fine. I love all religions. But you can't say I've now converted to Judaism and therefore I have a right to go to the land of Palestine and live in the house of someone whose ancestors have been living in it for thousands of years. Again,
most Christian Zionists in America had no idea that the people living in Israel are not the area of Palestine, Israel, whatever you want to. They were not born there. They immigrated from Europe.
Ashkenazi Jews.
They were Ashkenazi Jews who came in from Europe and with the rifle took the land. God didn't give it to them. They took it at the point of a rifle shooting Arabs, and they killed Muslims and Christians. They slaughtered them, massacres, women, children, horrible massacres. That is the history of Israel, 1948. And I dare any Christian Zionist to prove me wrong, because I can show you the historical records of the massacres that took place in 48. It was horrible, absolutely horrible, the people who were killed. And because of that, the Arabs developed a fury and anger that European Ashkenazis just flooded in to Palestine and violently pushed them off their land. So any of us can understand that.
Your family and friends will call you a liar for knowing this truth. So I have forged an arsenal of the 10 most irrefutable proofs the Israelites are black. Comment facts to get your copy now, or click the link in my bio.
Hear that? The Israelites are black.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, what? He's right. Everything he just said. Yeah.
I mean, that's
unfortunately nobody's gonna believe it though, Sav. So
you have to go and look at what happened with the Khazarian Empire under the Kagan that he united the warring tribes under a Kabbalistic form of Judaism. It's not like the Hebrew religion that was being practiced by Jesus and others in the time of of Christ. And that's what he was doing, but it was getting infiltrated and being done like this. And that's what he went up against them for. And they had to shut him up. So just like in the spirit of any other assassination, they shut him up. As soon as anybody threatens their shit, they shut him up by killing them.
Yeah. Yeah.
They know the Romans did it. Do you know why the Romans had no choice but to do that?
Why is that?
Okay. When Pilate at that time, and it was a Passover time too, right? Because all these there was people coming there, pilgrimages to come there, because that was where the main temple was at and everything. All right. So you had all these people in the city, and you had these Pharisees making a ruckus about Jesus. Pilate was seriously understaffed. He couldn't get any reserves because the Roman Empire was spread out so thin. So he had a pretty kind of a limited garrison. If the Jews were to revolt or even riot, they would have a hard time, if any, of guarding the city and keeping control of it. Okay.
Right. Yep.
So that was what that's what Caiaphas was threatening, that if you don't do something about this guy, you're going to have a serious riot on your hands.
Right.
And so he thought that flogging him and shit would be enough. But Caiaphas wanted more. He said, you have to kill him.
Yeah.
You want him dead.
Right.
And otherwise, we're going to riot.
Yeah, it's the same as in Egypt. They couldn't handle the Israelites in Egypt, so they fucking right. It's the same fucking situation, dude.
Well, yeah, and they found out about halfway after they left, that they'd stolen the fucking ark, which was powering the pyramid. They stole that motherfucker, and he was like, "Those sons of bitches took the silverware, man." And so chased after him. I think that device is how the Red Sea was actually parted.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah.
Those supposed, like those real smooth sarcophagi that are in the pyramid. The pyramids were never a tomb, but that impossibly perfect machined granite is the exact perfect dimensions to fit the ark.
Pyramids are also just the tip top of it.
And there's the one side of that one of it is blowed off. So I'm like, what'd they do? They stole the fucking silverware, man. And they figured it out.
Oh, yeah,
by
dude.
the time they left. Just my theory. Anyway.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Anyway, let's see what this guy's got.
You done fucked up when military JAG lawyers start calling you out for war crimes. Hey, TikTok, I'm Keeves, if you don't know. And the only thing I really know about is the military, being retired Marine Corps. So anyway, that's why I want to make this video. TikTok's full of, trust me, bro, lawyers that think they know something about military justice. But I'm here to tell you, when a bunch of JAG lawyers, which stands for Judge Advocate General, that's what JAG stands for, when a bunch of those guys gang up and tell you that you've committed a war crime, there is a 100% chance that you have committed a war crime. I'm really glad that I am not Pete Hegseth right now.
I've heard a lot of people saying that he's not going to be able to get away from passing the buck. That if there's JAG officers drawing up a case, you're going before them. That's all there is to it. Did you ever have to face anything from UCMJ before? No. I did.
What for?
Possession of hash.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
It was like a slap on the wrist, but it was it was a company grade Article 15.
Oh, okay.
And it was like
30 days. 45 and 45 or something?
30 and 30, I think it was.
Okay.
Yeah. Which wasn't bad, you know. Yeah, look, here's the thing too. Okay, so like when a ship is sinking,
I had
that?
to go before the first sergeant because I hit a golf ball across the quad one time and nailed the first sergeant. So but I didn't get in any big trouble for it. It's just somebody told on me. I took off running because I heard him say, "Who the hell did that?" And I took off running, and somebody turned me in. I had to go in front of the first sergeant, but I didn't get in any major trouble for it.
So was it intentional? Well,
No, it wasn't intentional.
Did he fall off the horse, and then did the horse run away with him attached to the?
I didn't yell for, so. But no, it wasn't intentional.
So when you see what you can tell, like if a flood's coming, shit like that, because rats start coming up out of the ground and they start fleeing the area. And on ships, when the thing's taking on water, rats all run in the same direction, right?
Mm-hmm.
There seems to be like this mass exodus out of Israel into Portugal. Check this out. We're all trying to get. So I've heard a lot of reports. There's like a mass exodus of people out of Israel.
Huh.
This coming at the same time as we pulled a bunch of our naval support over to Venezuela. I don't think we can handle it there.
Have fun, Portugal.
What's that?
I said,
yeah, I know.
fun,
That's
Portugal.
what it says. It says Jews are leaving Israel in droves. This is a Portugal embassy lineup in Tel Aviv. Jews are scrambling to get citizenship. My condolences, Portugal.
Well, next thing you know, they're going to be taking over your town. And they're going to be saying, "Oh, your house is my house. You can get out."
Oh, what's this? Here's that broad. She's got to get up there in life. I wouldn't want this job for nothing. I don't care who the president is.
Why won't the administration either confirm or deny or reveal whether or not there were survivors after that initial first strike? And what imminent threat would two survivors pose who were clinging presumably to the wreckage of that boat?
Again, as I said, I think you guys are sort of not listening fully to the statement I've provided. Admiral Bradley worked well within his authority and the law, directing the engagement to ensure the boat was totally destroyed and the threat to the narco-terrorists, to the United States, was eliminated. And for any further questions about his thinking, I would defer you to the Department of War. I obviously wasn't in the room for the.
Then how were they a threat after they'd already been blown up? How were they an imminent threat to anybody, even the United States, just by being there? I don't get that. I'm getting a repeat from you, Cubby.
Really?
Yep. Saw it coming on in your thing. Yep. There it is. I don't know what that is.
Still doing it?
Still, the mic's a little hot. It's probably just picking the speaker up a little bit.
Yeah, it might be.
Well, I'll drop down and come back.
All right.
Or just turn his. Oh, I think it's on his end. I think it's just tripping the volume from the speaker is tripping the.
Maybe
tripping the mic.
Yeah, man, this is some crazy shit going on. I don't know. Let's see what the
why the mass exodus though? Why do you think? Do you think it's just them just moving into the next place they're gonna wreck, or are those people who are like, "F this crap, we're out of here"?
This is just my own evaluation. I think it's because now there's concentrated force in Venezuela and not around the Middle East. I think a lot of that was drawn from there to the Venezuela area. And as soon as that happens, if we're busy with Venezuela, that means it's not who's going to stop. I mean, it's not going to be as much resistance if like, I don't know, let's say Iran and a couple other countries like get together and just fucking put the beat down on Israel. I mean, they're obviously all running out of there for something.
Yeah.
You know, and that can only mean that there's something bad coming to Israel. Otherwise, those motherfuckers would have no reason to leave. They got a cushy little welfare system going on over there.
Yeah.
So why would the rats be leaving the ship? It's because the ship's sinking. Same reason they always do. Oh yeah, in case you start. Oh yeah, we did that. We were there. I showed the thing. Yeah, I'm looking. See what I got. I've been all over the place today with this shit. Having a hell of a day too, man. We was bending metal for that trailer we've been working on, and because it was raining, so we had a metal break inside this garage, and we were cutting these pieces of real thin metal and bending them for skirting. It's gonna look good. It's gonna look good.
Yeah, like a sheet metal break.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a little experience on that back in the late, I want to say late 90s, early 2000s. I blew my shoulder out in work, and they were like, I called the office thing and said, "What, has you guys got anything else that I can do, even if it's just part-time, just so I don't, lose my check?" And they were like, "Yeah, come on up. I'll give you some stuff to do." So they had me, one-armed, going over and helping one of the metal worker guys. They would make all the stuff for the equipment, and they'd repaint stuff and do vehicle maintenance and all this stuff, welding and all this crap. And yeah, they had these big giant sheet metal brakes that were awesome. I made all kinds of crap on them at my lunchtime every day. After a while, the boss would come over and he said, "Where are you every day?" I'm like pointing at the sheet metal brake. Said, "I don't have one of these at home. I hope you don't mind." It's like, no. What are you doing? And I was like modifying the computers. I was cutting the fronts out, cutting the backs out, making new panels and modifying computers, making new sheet metal panels. Because I was like, damn, I got to get one of these. They had hydraulic ones where they would literally.
Oh yeah, they have to be. They have to be. Look, the metal we're using is just a little bit thicker.
Yeah.
Than what you usually use. We usually use that to put like the metal around soffit and shit like that after you put up the eaves and everything. So, and that stuff's not real thick. This stuff we're using is a little bit thicker. And so like I had to go over on the other side of it and then like put all my weight down on the brake so that when you ran the lever, it didn't try to lift it up off the horses. Yeah.
I made one for really thin sheet metal a long time ago with door hinges and some pieces of hardwood, and was able to kind of get it to work pretty decent. The bends weren't perfect, but my friend was like, "That ain't gonna work." And then when I did it and it worked, he was like, "Oh wow!"
Like, fuck you, buddy. Look at there, it worked.
Just saved myself $250.
Be like, what? No. Okay, so this is from Teen Titans Go. I've seen this advertised. I've never seen it. I've seen like stills from it, I think, from time to time. Cartoons anymore suck.
Yeah,
that's true.
I mean, I grew up with Looney Tunes, man. Those were good cartoons. Those and Tom and Jerry and shit. And it's like then they just started, the animation started getting shittier and shittier over the years, I just couldn't get with it. But anyway, let's see what they got here.
Did you see that? My rock almost made it to the edge of the world.
The edge of what now?
The edge of the world, yo. Where the planet drops off.
Drops off? Wait, Beast Boy, you don't believe the Earth is round?
Mm-hmm. That's right. The Earth ain't round. It's a big old pancake. Your laughter only makes my belief stronger.
What the fuck? Okay.
How did you become so dumb?
I ain't dumb. I'm a free thinker.
If you believe the Earth is a pancake, then what about the thousands of photos that clearly shows the Earth is round, like a basketball?
They's all fake.
Okay, if the Earth is a pancake, then how do we get both day and night?
Because the sun is like a spotlight, and it moves around shining on one place at a time.
Okay, crazy.
But if the Earth is a pancake, why does not the water spill off the edges?
Yeah, water would spill right off into space.
Ha ha ha! Explain that, Mr. Pancaked Earth.
2 words. Butter wall.
Butterwall? Seriously? A butter wall?
That's what I said, fool! There's a big old butter wall, and it circles the entire pancake Earth.
The butter wall keeps the water in.
Aha! Now you're catching on. You're beginning to see how reality really be.
This whole pancake Earth thing is just a fake, like the abominable snowman or global warming.
That was pretty accurate how they had those globe Earth people acting too, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like them, man. It's that. Oh man,
A cartoon for kids.
I'll tell you what, that was mentally exhausting trying to talk to that dude the other night. That was. I was like, and then he said, then he messaged me and I told him how many views it had gotten at the time. And he goes, cool, we'll have to do it again.
Oh no.
Jesus Christ. Come back when you got actually something that really can be of use, you know.
Hold on, let me look at McToon's website.
Yeah, don't use McToon.
You don't have to say more than a couple words too for your arguments.
He
clouds.
Yeah, I mean
clouds.
What about the clouds?
The waves of waves.
Yeah, the waves are water convexing. Okay. So you don't know what I'm talking about then, obviously.
Hold on, let me
say
look at
water
McToon's
was
website.
solid and couldn't be bent and manipulated. I'm saying that large bodies of water will not be convex. The horizon is never convex.
Hold on, let me look on McToon's website. Convexed.
No. Well, look at here. Here's a drawing, and here's some guys who said that they went out and did the calculations, and here's the calculations. Okay. So how you get the water to do that? Can you demonstrate it? Can you show me any instance? No, you can't. You just got some big fucking story and you made up, and now you're telling it to me in math.
Well, he's got an answer for it, but it's hold on, let me look at McToon's website.
I know, right? I about fucking, I said, McToons, are you really fucking kidding me? Are you a McToon fanboy? Come on, man. Be real. Godzilla, thank you so much for your super chats over on the Rumble side. Awesome, bro. Thank you so much. That's awesome.
Let me tell you something, Sov. You'd be surprised, man. You got a lot of people in Australia listen
Just
to you.
watch Rumble. It's only over here. I got a lot of people in Australia.
Yeah, man, a lot.
Well, you can look. You can go into your analytics, and it'll tell you like what your main
let's take a look.
demographics from.
Let's see where most of those came from the other night.
Your age, demographic.
It's
your
funny because I've talked
country.
to a lot of people from Australia, man, and they know me from being on your show. Like, D-Man, what's up, man? Even
That's
on
why-
other channels.
It's like one night I was asking the chat, I was like, how many Canadians are in here? Because I know there's a ton of them.
3% came out of there on that show the other night. Let's see if I go to the dashboard. Is there a place I can look at that shit there?
It'd be better if we could all get on some kind of same time schedule. I know it's dang near impossible, but
Well, it'd have to be pre-done and not done live.
Yeah,
and that way,
recorded,
yeah. And you could watch it at whatever your time.
I don't know. Let's see. I can go by. I can't see where that would be on.
Let me check.
What's the 3% listed as? Is that
Australia?
3%?
That was on the one where Stephen Corbin was on here.
Oh, all right.
Let's see what it was at my normal time. When I do one at my normal time. Like, let's see.
Go to, you know how to, all right. So if you go to your analytics and then scroll down to where it says your audience.
I go to engagement up here at the top.
Are you looking on StreamYard or YouTube?
Oh, wait, audience right there. No, I'm looking over here on YouTube.
Okay, yeah, and then scroll to the,
Yeah,
scroll left and it'll take you to gender, geographic.
Yeah, I got that. It's 12.3% female, 87.7% male. The highest age range is between 45 and 54 years old. That's 37.5%. United States, 64.1%. Australia, 4.5%. Canada, 7.8%. UK, 9.9%. Ireland, 0.9%, almost 1%. So yeah, most of the people are subscribed. Not subscribed was 13%. So I'd have to like average that out. I'll play around and look later, but it's usually I just go, oh, cool, I got a lot of views on that video.
Yeah,
and
got some in the
where I
chat now.
leave it. What's that?
Got some in the chat now.
Yeah.
Luke, excuse me,
Yeah.
Luke, Ken Rotman.
Yeah.
Oof, man, Jermaine is over there. Everyone guys, man, you got
Gum Nut Man.
Yep.
We got
Join up.
157 people. If they go,
Dean.
some of you go over to Rumble. We got the chat over there, and the chat over there I can't see here, but I can see over on the chat, and they got little fun emojis that are animated and shit too.
What's that chat?
Little rocket ships that take off, Donald Trump dancing, all kinds of craziness.
Shout out to Australia.
Yes, sir. Do you come from a land
The
down
thunder
under?
down under.
Eating that Vegemite sandwich, bitches. That's what's up, right? I don't even know what that is. I heard it's kind of gross.
I've said this before, but you ever had an Australian kiss?
An Australian what?
Kiss.
No, what is that?
Well, it's like
yeah,
French
you go
kiss,
down
only
under.
down under.
No, I am chaste like the snow. So the French president today is December 2nd.
Is he still trying to kill? Is he still trying to kill Candace
French
Owens?
president is still attempting to assassinate Candace Owens, and the FBI has offered zero protection. All right, let's see what she says about this. I'll smoke some pot.
Poke some smart.
Yeah, that too.
Just in case you missed Candace Owens last night, you might want to check out this clip.
Is one of the strangest things is that the UVU students who attended said that they felt like they didn't recognize anybody that was there. It was weird. It was very strange that they advertised for this event really late in the day. And then suddenly we see a bunch of adults and people that they don't recognize at this event. And then afterwards, the national media moves to, it looks like they're almost trying not to interview any UVU students, right? They're interviewing everybody around. You got all these adults who were there, but mysteriously the UVU students who had some interesting tidbits about what was weird that day just don't flood into the mainstream like we expected them to. Can you answer that question? Yes or no? That seems tricky when it comes to the French government. Yes or no questions are not their thing. Elsewhere in the article, and this is France 24 that reported this, it tells us that, quote, the Ministry of the Armed Forces confirms that a training exercise by the 2nd Foreign Infantry Regiment, a unit of the French Foreign Legion, did indeed take place in California from August 2nd to the 25th, as reported by Candace Owens. However, the exercise announced on the ministry's website and the regiment's Facebook page was not clandestine operation. The Ministry of the Armed Forces formally denies that another Foreign Legion training exercise took place at a supposed Camp Riley in Minnesota after the conclusion of the California exercise, and for good reason, because no Camp Riley exists in Minnesota. As Andy Parrish, the former chief of staff to the Republican state representative, pointed out on X. Oh, there is, however, a Camp Ripley, they go on, but this inaccuracy speaks volumes about the credibility of Candace Owens' alleged source. Oh, that's how they're debunking it. A typo. I put Riley, not Ripley, and they can now confirm that the French Legion did not take part in any exercise at Camp Riley because it doesn't exist, and Candace Owens is stupid, and so now you should just assume that everything else source said is debunked. This is what you call a non-debunking debunk, a Snopes level debunking over a typo, okay? And I guess my other allegations should not be answered or even explored. Now, I should mention also that after that civilian military exercise ended at Camp Ripley at on the 27th, another joint military operation began from August 29th through to September 10th, the day that Charlie was shot. And that was known as Operation Bright Star. And that took place in Cairo, Egypt. Now, it is a biennial joint military operation. It's co-hosted by the United States and Egypt to enhance regional security and to strengthen military partnerships. I just don't love the timing of all of these things. I just don't love France and Egypt and the United States together for the whole month leading up to the assassination of Charlie Kirk. So I'm going to speculate until we get some answers, some straight yes or no answers from the White House, from the Élysée Palace, or from the French security forces. Now, as it pertains to the French Legion, something else that's kind of interesting is that they basically gutted and replaced about half of their leadership in mid-August. Check out this article published on August 20th. In 2025, a change of command took place across 6 regiments. Now, we researched, and look, I'm not a military buff. We found that they have 12 regiments that are known of, and you're telling me that they gutted leadership of 6? They put in 6 new commanders? Again, I just don't love the timing of all of this.
Oui, poo poo.
I know I shit on her a lot, but I'm gonna do it again anyway.
Go for
But this is why you don't see these people go on anybody but their friends' shows. Like if they came on a show like this, I don't think they're smart. They don't have their notes. They don't have their teleprompters or anything like that in front of them. Off the cuff, I don't think they could come up with any of this stuff on their own.
No. They gotta have teams, because like she's, working tirelessly. I'm sure she does do some research, but she's got a team, man. She's got to have one.
Yeah.
Because there ain't enough fucking hours in the day to do all that and keep up with shit like that. And, there just isn't.
Listen, she's just a lightweight. Donald Trump does 100 posts a day
while
you're all sleeping.
Yeah, no kidding.
So you'll get up and the first thing you'll see is like all these notifications from your Lord and Savior, Jesus Trump.
She has a direct line to Trump too. Remember, he called her. So
told her to lay off the while they were having those peace talks because Macron was saying he wouldn't participate until Donald Trump shut Candace Owens up.
Because Trump
he called her and wanted her to shut up.
Because Trump
Candace,
just randomly
can you
calls
please
people.
stop with the eggplant jokes?
Trump just randomly calls people, and we all have a direct line to Trump.
So
it wouldn't even go down like that. Besides the point, you wouldn't just pick up the phone and call her. Like he'd be like, "I'll have my people get in contact with your people," kind of thing, or whatever the case. It ain't gonna be like he's just gonna make a phone call.
It's like dealing with the mob. You're never gonna talk to the boss.
Yeah,
somebody's gonna show up and give you a message.
Or Zoom. Yeah, Zoom. I don't know. It just wouldn't be. It ain't. She's making it sound like it's old days. Like they picked up a old landline, and it's like, "Oh, Trump called me today." It's like, okay.
Hello, who is this? This is
it's the president.
This is the president of the United States. Hell, he was on here. We had him on here.
You're right. My bad. I retract everything I just said.
So of course he calls. I'm waiting for him to call me.
Yeah.
For something wrong. He was deported not too soon after.
He's the victim in all this.
Something wrong getting deported. That was fucked up, man. Maybe he'll be back soon. Maybe he'll be back. We'll see. Miracles happen.
Mm-hmm.
But the I know one thing: the Israel propaganda war is failing. It's failing. I'll see ads come up on Facebook, or paid posts and shit. Stand with Israel and the brave IDF, right? And I'll look at the ratio of different reactions, and like the vast majority of them are the laugh emoji.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh Jesus.
I seen 2 in the same day that were different commercials that were put out by the Christian Broadcasting Network. That were for Israel. And I'm like, wait a minute. Why are they? And then I put it together. And I said, okay, I get it. I get it now.
Yep.
It's the Zionist thing.
I always skip it. Do you guys get that ad? What it's something to do, like it has to do with the average Jewish person in this world. And it's like a black guy like running down the street or something. It's like, what does this black guy have to do with this first off? And like I just skip it before I hear the rest of it, so I don't get to the whole thing. But it has to do with like, people picking on the Jews basically.
Oh,
and it's
yeah.
an ad that YouTube runs.
Yeah,
I
those
didn't
poor
know if anybody-
people. Look at how
They're always the fucking victim.
Yeah.
Hamas is they tried peace, but Hamas refuses. That was the other one that I saw during the week.
Oh my god!
Hamas
Yeah, I saw that.
refuses.
Yeah, I've seen that one. Seen that one. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, yeah, bullshit. Yeah, Hamas must be disarmed. And I'm like, shut the fuck up, man. You guys, nobody's buying your horse shit anymore. Nobody. And I'm glad.
So if this is the best that the Zionists have, like over and over again, every day it's a different talking mouthpiece. And he's reciting the same propaganda. Tucker Carlson can't be trusted. Tucker Carlson isn't right wing. I mean, they're trying to sow division between MAGA and devise America.
If I'd call it the online right, because I don't think Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens and repeaters of them can genuinely be called right wing. They all say they're against Trump. They despise Trump. They think Trump is a sellout. I think they demoralize Americans, and I'm not an American, but I feel demoralized by it. You see Tucker challenging basic narratives like that the West were the good guys in World War II. He's saying Churchill was the enemy, the nuclear bomb was immoral, and maybe Hitler wasn't as, like he has guests on who say these things unchallenged. He had Nick Fuentes on, a rabid anti-Semite who endorsed Stalin, and Tucker just sort of nodded along. Candace Owens feels a little bit like Jussie Smollett. Her latest emissions sound crazy, but what can I say? These people appear, I say appear because it might be some fake bots there.
Did anybody catch the oxymoron that he said? He said the rabid anti-Semite that praises Joseph Stalin.
Yeah.
What? Why would an anti-Semite praise Joseph Stalin? You
Who's that, Nick Fuentes?
It was sarcasm.
Yeah.
Think about it.
They're the polar opposites.
Okay. Well, Stalin was a fucking Jew. So how would an anti-Semite admire a Jew? Come on, y'all.
They just use the words that they know will get you triggered because the majority of people couldn't tell you who those two people were anyway, and neither do they care. And if they weren't told what it was, and under 200 characters in a 10-second video, they're not going to care anyway because that's about as far as their attention span goes.
They know enough that Joseph Stalin bad, Hitler bad.
Yeah.
This person good, this person bad, only based on what they've been told. They don't. Well, tell me, why is Joseph Stalin good? Why is Joseph Stalin bad? They can't tell you. They don't know anything about it. Like you say, they don't know the first thing about it. They just know what their perception of that is supposed to be. You could show them a picture of the motherfucker and they wouldn't know who it was.
No. And if they can't learn it by the time the light goes from red to green sitting at a stoplight, then forget it. They're never going to look it up, and either they're going to have the attention span or the non-ADHD or bipolar thinking time.
Right.
They're just not going to do it.
Well, there's just so many goddamn people that go around in life every day, and it just blows my mind that don't wonder about a goddamn thing. It's like you don't ever just sit there and wonder about shit. All the time I'm wondering, why this is going on. All the time that's going on in my head. And there's people out there that just don't wonder nothing. They just, everything that just happens, they just fucking stimulus and response. That's it.
Yep. One of my favorite things to do, Saul, was to go to the library and randomly pick out a card at the library to put into the microfiche so I could read a random newspaper at any random time, meaning I would just look at the, the Slido trays, and I just go, all right, this one. And I just pull one out and pull a card out and put it in the microfiche and put my headphones on and just read the newspaper, wherever I was, or the card index of the library.
Right.
You just say, oh, that looks cool. Here, let's read about electricity. Here, let's read about this, let's read about that. And I would just randomly just go pick something, even though I might have not had interest in it.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I would find stuff that I never knew, stuff that I never, and I was like, wow, that's kind of cool that I just randomly picked this out. I didn't even go in that direction. Some people don't have that. It's just stimulus 24/7, and that's it. If they don't have a general interest in things. So some people's minds are so narrow in thinking that if you can't tell them in 20 seconds, that's it, done. They don't even think about it. That's right.
I know. It amazes me, and that's when I wonder. It's like flatliners. There's the ADDs and the flatliners, and like the ADDs are like that. You'll be talking to them about something, and right in the middle of what you're saying, they'll like squirrel.
Oh, a cat.
And it's like, what? Yeah. Well, I was just getting to the meat of what I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, what? I love it. Look, red. I love the color red.
I know. Yeah, they'll go off on some shit that didn't have it. Just hold your comments till I'm finished. You feel like saying, but that's why I don't engage. I really don't. I mean, I'm careful with who I engage with.
Yeah. I do the same thing at work, man. I'm probably over double the age of, there's maybe 4 or 5 of us guys and probably 40 employees that almost every one of them are, 20, mid-20s under. And trying to get them to focus on a lot of stuff. A lot of times the boss will come over to me and say, can I talk to you for a minute? Come on over. And I'm thinking, wow, I must be in trouble. He's go over and say, good job. Thanks for keeping those guys in track. Thanks for keeping them focused, because we got that done. Because they realize that they could come to me and I could kind of steer guys and kind of say, guys, come on, let's focus. Let you grab that one. You do this. You go over there. You got somebody who's got its eyes on the prize, when these guys are just, every time you turn around, they're on the phone. One kid one day, he says to me, where's Jerry? And I say, I saw him over there. He's like, can you find him? Try to go find him. So I go to see, standing between a couple of trucks. He's playing a game on a vape. Like a nicotine vape.
Yeah.
Like holding it in your hand. His vape had a friggin' game on it. So
for fuck's sake.
Sitting there playing a game. This is a 26-year-old. Playing a game on a vape. We're supposed to be working. You're getting paid to work. I'm like, Jerry, what are you doing? Come on, put the fucking games away. We got shit to do. I got to get out of here. Oh, yeah, just, give me a minute. Like, no. Come on, let's go. Put your shit away. Play later when you're sitting on the toilet. And he just laughed and just, go grab that one. Like, that's why he come over and said, hey, thanks, man. Thanks for keeping these guys focused. I'm thinking to myself, they're focused. They ain't got any.
No.
If somebody ain't on them 24/7, they're just going to wander off. They're not even. What?
They don't realize that they made a trade. Okay, they made a trade that they were going to do specific tasks and perform certain things for a wage. Okay, that was a deal that he made when he started working there. And in no part of it was, I'm going to not do what I'm here to do, and I'm going to do what I want to do instead and get paid for it.
Yeah.
Well, you're kind of in breach of contract.
Yeah.
You don't want your boss making you work when it should be your free time, right? So why would you try to take your free time when it's your time to work? Yeah. I'm just looking at it from a fair contractual, obligatory sense. I mean, that's what you agreed to do, and then you do that. That's basically you're stealing.
And think about it. It's your reputation.
Yes.
So now I have to go over there and say he was screwing around on his phone. He's always on the damn phone. I'm ranting at that point, and I mean, they have to have somebody there to mind them like children. To like who somebody said a comment. It's like herding cats. I think it was you.
Yeah, herding cats.
You can't, you literally, if you're not on them and then they're getting mad at you because you're constantly, oh, what a fucking guy's always fucking on top of me, because you're not focused. You're getting
Right?
paid to do something. Let's do it. We don't have to rush to do it. And then you know what happens is then because they were screwing around but 3/4 of the day, now they're starting to realize, oh shit, I'm going to get in trouble if I don't get this done. And then they rush through it. And then the job they do sucks.
Yeah, it's
And then
fucked
they
up.
can't figure out why somebody's yelling at them the next day saying, who did that? Who did that? Was that you? And then next thing you know, they're all pissed off. It's like, look, dude, if you just focused and worked 3/4
Right.
of the time, it's like, Jesus, and it's your reputation.
They think that they're really just there to put in time.
Yeah.
That if they give up enough of their time, that's sufficient. I really don't understand that. I really don't. It's I was brought up with a different ethic than that.
Yeah, me too.
know?
My father raised me, even though I was born in the 70s. My mother and father raised me like I was born in the 50s.
Right.
So by the time I was old enough to work in the 80s, that shit was done.
Right.
Nobody wanted, they were like, you want to what? You want to stay late? What? They were looking at you like you were nuts. And then what would happen is people would get pissed off because now, oh, you think you're the shit now, huh? Yeah. And then these guys would be gone and I'd still be standing there like, of course he's not going to last long. Guy sucks. Everything he does is shit. He's got no focus. We're getting paid to do a job, man. My father gave me that, that old school ways, get out there, get your nose to the grindstone, do the best you can. People will notice. They'll see you doing the best job you can do. They'll see your attention, your focus and your attention, and people will gravitate to it. Some people did. Some people took it as a threat.
Yeah.
That's a problem too, D-man. You can't they'll try and take advantage of the guy that does it all too, right?
Yeah,
they'll see that you're working extra hard and be like, oh, we can give all the work to D-man.
Yeah,
we don't want to give it to this, these people who aren't going to do a good job and not do all the things that you're talking about. But go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, I trust me. That's happened too.
You're getting a tax break for Yolanda with the nose ring and the chick with the purple armpit hair and
purple armpit hair.
Yeah, I mean the mentality nowadays. The harder you work, the more work they'll pile on you. Is what I was getting at. It kind of puts a strain on those people too.
I pissed off a girl with green hair a little while back. I asked her if the carpet matched the drapes. Apparently, that was not acceptable.
She should have answered, no, it's beige.
Well, the Clairol back in the day when women had a little bush down there, when you bought your hair color and it had a smaller packet that was in there, and it was called Snatch to Match.
Be careful.
It's called drapes.
Oh, I ran across a skit like that on Facebook where there's two women are in a changing room. And this one woman, she had like all this hair sticking out of her panties and shit. And the other woman's like, oh my God. When was the last time you, what are you looking at? And she's like, trying to be discreet about literally it looked like she had a wig down the front of her.
Yeah.
Funny as shit.
My uncle, we were talking about earlier about the stuff that these girls wear nowadays. Like, you would see some girl with really short shorts. He's like, you could almost see the hair.
Did you notice that they all wear those big glasses like Charles Nelson Riley? Remember Charles Nelson Riley from the 70s? He used to wear those giant glasses that would go all the way down to his lip up to the top of the middle of his forehead.
That's an identifier for mental illness. That's what I like about it. That's why I like about it. They all wear the stupid ass glasses. They color their hair. It's like, oh, cool. That's an identifier. I need to walk the other way from that person.
When you said that about the short skirts and your grandpa, dude, the first thing that came to mind was, you remember in Revenge of the Nerds? You remember Booger? He goes, we've got Bush. We've got Bush.
Yeah.
Nerds.
That was a great movie. I love that movie. That was a long fucking time ago.
I knew a girl that was beautiful, and you could look at her face and tell that she was
Who's
you could
that?
Tell this girl I worked with a long time ago, but she wore nothing but black. That's all she wore. No color at all. Black everything. Black pants, black shoes, black eyeliner, black lipstick, black hair, black everything.
Oh my
And
God.
she was covered in rings. And it's funny. Me and my friend stood there one day, and my friend looked at me and said, I think she's really good looking underneath that. I could tell by her face.
Uh-huh.
And I was like,
Yeah.
she took all that shit off of her. Took all that crap out. Like, we used to joke around that you could put your finger through the hole in her ear. You could put your thumb in it.
Oh yeah.
You could put a padlock in there.
I remember years back, I was with my kids. We was in the Walmart, and somebody came by, had all kinds of fucking face piercings and shit. And as they passed by, I said, "Look there, kids. That woman." I said, "That dude there's been bobbing for fishing tackle."
It's National Geographic.
I'm serious, man. Here's a primitive tribe. Notice how they adorn their face with discs in their lips. And
the only thing they're missing are the rings on the neck to extend your head.
Don't give them any fucking ideas. They'll have a bone stuck through their nose next, man.
There ain't nothing they won't try these days.
But who cares? I don't care. I don't care. Let them do whatever they're gonna do. I don't fuck it.
Natural selection.
I'm gonna be out of here before you get too bad with it. Anyways, I don't care.
David Koresh said 400 piercings and gauges as he is. That means run.
Yes, that's a red flag.
You
It's
cannot
mental illness.
fix her.
Mental illness markers, identifiers.
That's the equivalent of somebody beating the fuck out of you with a red flag right there. It's like you don't get it at that point. Jesus Christ, who was that?
It's like having a Karen haircut.
What was that show I was? Oh, it was on Sons of Anarchy. That one porn star had tattooed right on her pubis right there. It said Boner Garage on it.
I never watched that show, but I know what you're talking about.
It was funny as shit.
My
It
sister
had a
liked that
tattoo
show.
that said Boner Garage. I'm like, oh my God, who could wait till you're 60 with that, right?
We gotta fix the garage.
The garage door is broken. Right?
Look, we found here he is. Stop talking about him.
Oh, all right.
We gotta stop talking about him. He's here now. What's going on, Roger?
I can barely hear you guys. Yeah,
Oh,
I had to
good.
join in the conversation right quick. Do we got a lot of echo right now?
Yeah,
on the
your
street.
microphone sounds terrible.
Yeah, I'm on a break right now. Since you're
On
talking about
location.
work and all, I had to take a break.
There you go. That's better. That's way better.
You are hearing me good though, right? Yeah. That's sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt your conversation there, but I wanted to say it's not about the color; it's about what's on the inside that matters for the most part.
That's right. You'd be surprised.
Oh yeah, you'd be surprised on what's on the inside.
It's all pink it's all pink in the middle, right?
Yeah, well, some of them are.
Hey,
It's all it's contained.
all cats are black in the dark. Okay.
All right.
Pretty soon D-Man's gonna bust in and tell Roger to get his ass back to work.
Well, I got
What
to
the hell
go
are you
back in
doing,
like 2
Roger?
minutes
Get off the
anyway.
phone. What the hell?
I heard that
Really,
too.
Roger?
Dude,
Really now?
Really. Dude, I can listen to Saab and do my job at the same time. I promise.
I'm just messing around, dude.
Dude, with the earpiece nowadays, I can walk around. Nobody knows I even have it in.
Oh my God. Yeah.
That's what she said? Okay.
So we were just talking about the girl on the Sons of Anarchy that had the tattoo that said Boner Garage.
And then Roger showed up.
Ooh. Then I showed up. Yep.
And then you showed up.
Good timing, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to do another test stream tonight, D. And we're going to run it. Gubby, you should come by. You make a good avatar.
I'm not at this time. No, I'm tired already.
Come on.
I've actually run longer than I intended to anyways,
swing
but I want to finish this video here too. So
Yeah, but you get a chance to be a dragon, a wizard. You could be you can dress up in all kind of costumes.
it's that Google.
Yeah, the Google Meets. Yeah.
Keith's been using. I hate Google.
Do you
so-
got to start an account or
It's a
anything?
pain in the ass to work with. It is.
Oh boy, I don't know.
Well, I got to get off here. I just had to make my
See you
2
later,
cents in, man. All right,
All
I'll be
right,
listening.
All right, thanks for coming
Yeah.
up, bro. All right,
No problem.
here we go. Right into the video now.
You don't need an
Relentless,
account to
just
join.
propaganda, lip
Okay.
service, just garbage ass bullshit that's regurgitated from every different talking mouthpiece that's pro-Israel. And if this is the best they got, they have to realize we're talking about Gen Z, Gen X, and even the boomer generation, right? Like we were raised in times, at least I was, right, Where my grandma would pick me up, she'd light up a cigarette, the windows would be up in a car, and she'd chain smoke that down to the end of the butt, then turn it around and light another one and fire up her second smoke while we're in the back seat choking, right? We grew up in the days of like yard darts, right? You remember when you had those darts and you had a thing and you guys were standing on opposite ends of each other, literally throwing javelins at each other, and it would like fly by your head, you know? Back in those days when kids didn't have safety labels on everything, when we had trampolines in the backyard that didn't have, you know, the fences, the 8-foot fences around them for your own protection, right? We grew up in days where your parents would go out on a Saturday night. If you were 10 years old and it was 9 o'clock, it was like, okay, parents are going out for a night to have some drinks. They're going to come home shit-faced whenever they get home. And their idea of safety was telling you just don't answer the door if anybody knocks, because we wouldn't knock. We're your parents. We have a key, right? Okay, those were the good old days. The good old days back when, you know, your parents grew up drinking Bud Light every weekend and they smoked Marlboro Reds and Marlboro Lights, right? You'd be a little kid and you'd steal one of your mom's cigarettes at 11 years old. And like we were freedom. It was freedom. It was the good old days. We don't have those anymore. But these are that's the same generation that we grew up like literally sifting through, like reading through bullshit like it was our job, right? We didn't have AI and books and Google to figure it out for us, right? You either realized it quick and you developed a sense of street smart, or you got your ass kicked quite often, okay? You know, and you're going to come over here and you're going to try to convince us, right? That generation, that your words and your opinion are valid enough. Don't trust the facts. Don't try to dispute the argument. It's just, you're attacking Candace. You're attacking Tucker. She's the #1 podcaster in the fucking world, followed by Tucker Carlson, #2, followed by probably 3 Joe Rogan, okay? There's nobody in the world that we would rather enjoy listening to, or more people enjoy listening to, than Candace, Tucker, and Rogan, right? These are the voices. And you guys here that can't seem to get over 1,000 people to follow a live stream, right? Even though when the IDF probably has like 980 fucking bots following your account and trying to boost your engagement, you can't get through to the American people. And if this is your game plan, right, you're just going to try to rinse and repeat and recycle, which most likely is followed by some type of false flag attack. I mean, there's a reason that Laura Loomer went to the Pentagon, okay? I don't know. This is the best they got. They're fucked. And that means they're going to get very dangerous, and they're in a very bad position in the bigger picture of things. I don't know where this goes, but it ain't going good for them. That's for damn sure. What does that mean for us? Probably Patriot Act 2.0, all of our freedom gone, and frozen bank accounts and censorship on social media and the demise of Western civilization. I mean, what else? You know, it wouldn't be civilized to just call out the one group of people who literally controls everything and just remove them from power and then save our country. That would be too easy. No, we're going to destroy all of Western civilization so that some country in the Middle East with 14 million people can continue to carry out their genocide. Got it.
Yep. It's the globe too. It's the globe too.
Yep.
They're getting desperate. So they have to go into personal attacks and ad hominems and hit pieces. And it's the same scenario. You have all these people subscribed and no one watching.
Yep. That's exactly it too. And it's like, that's their whole thing. You can't attack the argument. You got to attack the person.
Yep.
You see. And what was working for so long for them was labeling somebody an anti-Semite. People would get real defensive about it. You know, oh, I am not, you know, I have Jewish friends, blah, 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 blah. Now it's like, you're an anti-Semite, and people are like, so fucking what? Okay, so yeah, all right. That's your opinion. Who gives a shit? All right, so now back about the genocide. What, you know, let's get back on that. I mean, we didn't like what China was doing, and there was a lot of criticism of China and involving the Uyghurs and all that shit, right?
Yeah.
Did they label any of those people as, oh, you just hate Chinese people? You're an anti-China, you're an anti-Sino or an anti-Chinite or what the fuck? You know, there was none of that. None of that. North Korea, oh, you don't like Korean people? You don't, what's the matter with you? You know, no, we don't want Korea shooting missiles at us and shit, you know. Oh, so you hate Korean people, huh? I mean, that's exactly what they're doing, and people fell for it for the longest time, but now it's like the little juice spell's not working anymore. The witchcraft is dying.
And you know, I'm finding that it's not just here, it's everywhere. It's not just here. That sentiment is now like, who cares? I mean, I'm
Yep.
seeing it all over the place.
Yep.
Just because I'm on so many platforms that are in different regions of of this place we're in. It isn't just this platform. It's different ones that don't even have the limitations that this one does. Now, people are like, yeah, who cares? I don't care. Those people are evil. Why are they doing this shit, killing kids and stuff?
Well, you know how they track APAC and who receives money from them?
Yeah.
Right. Check this out. Look at there. He's got none from them.
He received zero.
He received zero. Okay.
Well, that's because you got all the frankincense and myrrh and
that's
everything
right
for Christmas.
2 turtle doves.
No. You know that right there is that song is actually talking about Saturnalia. These people would get together and get their gay on and give each other gifts of lavish weirdness, and think about that now in today's day and age, right? Okay, so somebody sends you a partridge in a pear tree. Okay, now that's going to be kind of disturbing in the first place, because how do you get a ground bird in a tree and how do you keep it there? So they've obviously fastened the partridge to this pear tree somehow. But so that's pretty weird, right? And they had these days of Saturnalia, went over several days. So on the second day, man, they comes and gives you some other birds and shit. And it's like pretty, all right, this is getting a little fanatical. Can you say stalker? I'm down with the 5 golden rings. That's pretty cool. The Lords of Leaping. No, man, they're knocking over furniture and shit. I don't need Lords leaping all around my home. The maids and milking, the fucking cows are making a mess. All right. We can't have that either. So it just kind of gets carried away by some stalker that has this fascination with all these weird gifts, man. Kind of a value system is that. And it's exemplifying like this big, huge homo orgy that they would have called Saturnalia. No wonder they use a pine.
5 golden toques.
Yeah, there you go. What was it? It goes 4 turtle doves, 3 French hens.
Something.
Yeah, some other kind of fucking bird. You got, you're just having to buy all this different bird seed's gonna fuck you up anyhow. It's kind of like a commitment.
I prefer the Bob and Doug McKenzie 12 Days of Christmas.
Yes, I do too. The beers. That was good. Well, guys, I'm gonna have to roll off here, man. I'm coming up on 4 hours.
My true love gave to me a beer.
A beer. Like, take off your hoser. There's a bunch of people. Well, no, our age group of people that watch this, according to the demographics, most of them get it. We have a few that don't. That's all right. We'll catch them up on the references next time. So you're not going over to Roger's thing to test that out? When Keith was running his, I went on that. But the problem is unless you pay for it, you only get like an hour.
Yeah.
And then timer comes up and says you only have like 5 minutes left, and so then you gotta shut that down and put up another link.
Roger paid for it, so.
Oh, did he? Okay.
Yeah. So
one of the cool things is you can use those avatars, man. I was a Martian. I had rainbow hair another time and shit.
Oh, it was funny. JJ last night was floating around in space, and whenever he would roll his head, the body would move with it, and it was freaky looking. It was freaky. Jesus, JJ was like, this is kind of fun.
It's another version of Instagram.
Yeah. Filters.
Yeah. Well, all right, guys. I want to thank everybody for coming up. Look, this is going to get hot. We'll see what happens with it. I have no doubt that there's some form of bullshit is going to start taking place in Venezuela merely to distract you from this other bullshit and to try to steal those people's oil. Yeah. It's going to feed the industrial military complex, and it's going to be at the sacrifice of your sons and daughters.
Yep.
So we need to do everything we can to resist this and to show our non-support for such actions. I don't give a fuck if they got all the oil in the world. You don't have that right to do that. We are starting off with an immoral thing, man. And you can't lie and say it's because he's some kind of a drug lord. He's not a fucking drug lord. There's no fentanyl coming from there. You're just making shit up so you can go in there and steal the oil. Just like the weapons of mass destruction. Okay. You want to stop that shit? You want to stop drugs coming in the United States? Get rid of the fucking CIA. Okay.
Yep.
And that's the truth. That's the fucking truth. You want to stop drugs from coming into the United States? Get rid of the goddamn CIA.
Get rid of the pharma.
Yep. All right, man. Thanks for coming up, guys. Everybody showed up in the chat. Oh, real quick. This is funny as shit. So, dude over on Rumble got upset and unsubscribed from me because I end my show with where I say, "Don't trust Whitey." He says, "I'm white and I object to that. We're getting replaced by all these people and everything else." And I said, "It's from a fucking movie, dude. Have you ever seen The Jerk?" I mean, I'm like, come on, bro.
Yeah. When he's leaving.
Yeah, and I'm like, Lord Almighty, man, if you gotta unsubscribe over that, that's all right. This ain't a place for a snowflake.
And he felt the need. He had to tell you couldn't just leave, huh?
Yeah. It's like, this isn't an airport, people. There's no need to announce your departure. Nobody fucking cares. Just do your thing. This ain't a place for snowflakes.
The new phone book's here. The new phone book's here.
Dude, I got a phone book the other day. I couldn't believe it.
Oh, no, really?
How thin is it?
It was just for business, but still, I hadn't seen one forever.
Just like a business directory. We get one of those now, too.
Oh, yeah,
Back when we did get the phone book, my county's so small that it was about the size of a TV guide.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I'm not shitting you.
You should have walked up to a payphone in the late 80s in Boston and said, "All right, let me open up the phone book." And 90% of the pages were ripped out. People spit in them, put the gum in them. It was so thick that you couldn't grab it with your hand. You had to grab two hands to open that.
Yeah.
thing.
That's how Detroit was. And that was broke up into 3 different phone books, different districts. The fucking thing was huge, man. It was about like, I don't know. Can you see my hand?
Yeah, it was giant.
Yeah, man. They wasn't playing around those days. That's what the cops would beat people with a phone book because it wouldn't leave like marks like a fist and shit does.
The mob used to put the phone book to your chest and then shoot into the phone book.
Oh, God, yeah.
To give you a message.
Yeah, that's a good message to give. Anyway, I just thought I'd tell you a story about that guy. I was like, really? You took that?
He'll be back. Come back, man.
That's
if you're
fine
out
if he
there.
does.
Hate watch.
He ain't ready. All right, guys. Don't forget, Lord loves a working man. Don't ever, never trust Whitey. See your doctor and get rid of his ass because he'll probably kill you. And if you heard the shot, it probably wasn't meant for you. We'll see you next time on Sovereign Soul Unchained Mind. Good night, everybody.